shit.
Okay.
Well, Kardoc, you better catch up.
Carlos doesn't even freaking
It's a
know.
it's the boys' night in.
Oh. Ding ding.
Can't do that.
Can't do what?
These nuts.
I can't become impaired like that.
What are you talking about? I've been on mic when you've been impaired. I've
Okay.
listened to you.
You caught me.
Kardoc drinks. Oh. Okay, so
I like I like it.
are you
Never mind.
are you settled and ready there, friend?
Yeah, it's going.
You're good? We're green?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so when we left off, there was a crazy fucking interrogation that was about to happen, which then happened in the IC dialogue chat, which was cool. At the same time, absent the crazy basement interrogation, Isaac was hanging out on the ship. Khutula is acting as ship's mate and will continue to perform that role for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
The crew was on shore leave, and Nephis, you were getting barrels and salt and a few supplies for fishing, and then you were fishing off of the ship itself.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the Rogeron port, correct?
Yes, sir.
With the rat.
The first
rat
one, yes.
bandits.
With the rat
It's not
bandits.
our final destination, but it's in
Yeah.
Rogeron.
Yeah, the first one that we landed. Okay, yeah, I remember.
We're here. You want to
Yeah,
go here.
The red little dot. One of the red little dots.
One of many.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
But yes, that is you. So you're just hanging out fishing. Correct.
Was the yeah, sorry I am. Is that are we waiting on me?
I just wanted to make sure that you were. I don't know. You had a question. I wanted to see if you were gonna like go and do something based on that information. I just wanted to.
Oh no, I was more
No.
like waiting on the whole situation with
Okay.
Carlos and Vinda
Okay.
resolved it.
Well,
before we-
we're gonna jump to that then. Straight out the bat. With the last statement, which was from Vinshenzo, who was talking to the dude, saying basically head east and don't fuck up.
I dispelled the polymorph and told him he's free to go. Whether Carlos agrees with that is up to him.
Yeah, so that's the point in time we have arrived.
Carlos wouldn't stop them.
No?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. Would you permit them to rearm themselves? Like, they're not gonna. Well, they won't ask, but they will try and reach for their things. Like, will you permit them to pick up weapons? Pick up their weapons?
Vin would.
Yes, but I'll be watching them
I'll be
the entire
watching.
time.
Okay, so they pick up all of their stuff and they leave. And you will hopefully maybe never see them again. We'll find out.
Never mind.
But sorry, I can reverse to
was it
whichever
an
point in
IC?
time.
Was it IC where the like hostility got resolved? I haven't read that.
Yes.
Essentially
Okay, never
yes,
mind, then we're good.
they fully got
I'll read that
interrogated.
Yes.
He spilled the
Guess
beans
we're
on
gonna rape
everything.
These men's.
On everything.
Yeah, well, everything he knew. I mean, he was pretty
Yeah.
truthful. He had to be. Anyways, there you go. So they fuck off.
Get to have
You're left alone in a
snare.
basement.
Post haste.
Post haste.
Why is my mic so hot? Oh my god.
I can hear really good.
All right.
Okay.
Carlos is gonna kind of like he's gonna look around to see if there's anything useful, but he's not. It's pretty obvious that his heart's not in it. Like he's just doing it to distract himself.
Just roll me an inspection, anyways.
Sure. Inspection, you said?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, investigation.
Okay.
I'm thinking with my brain, but not actually my brain.
I'm watching them.
Watching.
Okay, that is a 10.
They already left.
Yeah, it's just bakery. All you see is bakery.
Outstanding.
What a dreadful den this is.
Well,
No bakery.
would have been better if the entire Thieves Guild here hadn't been destroyed.
We don't know that, Mr. Carlos.
According to what he said.
Yes, but they could be in hiding somewhere, like Thaddeus and his friends.
I certainly hope so, but it'll be a lot more difficult to find them since all of the known Thieves Guild locations will most likely be taken over by these would-be assassins, and they wouldn't be able to mark any new hideouts for risk of being found out.
Vin dusts the lapels on Carlos's suit and says, "Chin up, Mr. Carlos."
I don't know, Vin. I'm having a hard time being optimistic about this one. The Thieves Guild here was pretty much the only family I knew when I was growing up. It would be as if you went home and your house was missing, presumed destroyed.
I would know where to look if my family disappeared.
Perhaps I'll have to think on it then, if there's any spots that they might try to reconvene.
Hold out faith, Mr. Carlos. Perhaps the smiling Lady Timor will shine upon you.
Certainly hope so. No. I appreciate your optimism, even if I don't share it at the moment.
I stopped touching Carlos's suit.
Are you touching his suit the whole time? Fuck. Well, there's nothing else of note here. Shall we head back to the boat? Or do you have other things you wish to do in the city?
I'm surprised you're not casing the place for valuables. I'm ready to leave at any time.
I didn't really see anything, and I don't really care at the moment. Let's leave.
Perhaps some bags of flour to make some ship's biscuits.
If you know how to bake, go for it.
I already carry a bag of flour with me.
As Carlos leaves, he would scratch out the marking that indicates the safe house and add a different marking that indicates that it is you wouldn't even have to add a new one. He'd just mark it out, and that would basically indicate that it was no longer a safe house. And unless Vin wanted to explore the city more, Carlos would head back to the boat.
Remind me again what we were doing when
we were. I think you wanted Carlos to show you around the city or something. I don't remember.
We were going to do something, and then you saw the sign. I'm impaired.
Does anyone remember
Yes,
what we
Carlos,
were doing?
Let's go on a long walk on the beach. Just the two of us. Leave the rest on the boat.
I can't remember what it was that you guys were doing, but
I
you
think
had gone
you
out.
just were exploring the city.
You had gone out to do something, and it wasn't really anything like big or important. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna go look for something. I think it was, and then you noticed that there was like an indicator in Thieves' Cant about a safe house, and then you diverted to that, like as you were just fucking around.
I think I wanted to just kind of explore as Roger on the city since I hadn't been in one for a long time, and I think Vin tagged along and was
Oh,
under the
yeah.
impression I knew everything here.
Show me the local scenery.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, and now Carlos is heartbroken, so he doesn't care anymore.
Oh.
Sad.
Sad.
All I get to see is a back alley and a leaky basement.
Does Vin say that?
Leaky basement.
No. Carlos ignores it and heads back to the ship.
Double heartbreak.
This is your family? This is where your family lives?
Is this all you do in the Thieves'
Bake bread.
Okay, I follow Carlos.
Excellent.
Actually, how much
I don't follow Carlos.
I divert from following Carlos. I look for some shops with accoutrements that someone like Carlos might like.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
He's heartbroken. He needs a gift.
You're pretty perceptive. So how long are you going to be looking for?
We'll say, I don't know, we're here for a few days, right?
That's up to you guys.
Well, it's up to me because I'm alone in the city right now.
There you go. So
Okay, I look around for a couple hours, 2 hours.
all right. So you eventually find a hatter's shop.
Oh, Carlos wouldn't like a new hat. He likes his own hat.
Oh,
He's parsnickety.
he's parsnickety. What other accoutrements does Carlos like? He likes rapiers. What else does Vinshenzo think he likes?
He likes money.
What accoutrements are you looking
I
for?
look for a brothel.
Well, you could definitely find a brothel pretty fucking quick.
I don't look for a brothel.
Nephis is like, don't bring that horror aboard my boat.
I just leave.
I brought one of each, Carlos, aboard the Titanic. Have your choice.
I'm to break in the
I
captain.
go back to the ship.
I'm to break in the captain's
Aw.
orders.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Well, I guess at this point in time, everybody's back at the ship.
I greet the two. You two fare. Oh God! You two fare well in the town.
Not really.
Yells off the boat.
Carlos wouldn't say more until he got on the ship, but once he was close enough.
What happened when you two were in the town?
We found a thieves guild hideout, but it turned out that it had been taken over by Tristan's men. We managed to capture them and get some intel out of them. They're saying that the entire thieves guild of Erogeron has been wiped out.
Looking behind you two, Nephis asks, "Where are the bodies then? Should we leave?"
Carlos would look at Vin.
We dealt with the problem apropos, Captain Nephis.
What?
The problem has been dealt with.
Still, if Tristan's men know that we are here, we should leave.
They will not pose a problem to us, and they will have well-fulfilled lives in the slave pits of House Nairth.
Nephis squints at you.
I must write a letter.
Vin, please don't forget to warn Thaddeus when you have a moment.
Yes, I'm not your messenger, Mr. Carlos.
It would mean a lot.
Well, if we don't have any more business in the town, we can set off. Isaac, you need anything?
No, I'm good to get going.
All right. Nephis begins untying the boat. We already paid for the. Yeah, I already paid for the docking fee.
Yeah. Your crew have conveniently returned from shore leave at this moment, and they're ready to go.
Oh, how convenient.
How convenient.
That is convenient. Cannot.
Okay. Work. Okay. Nephis begins undoing the bow and tells Luca and the other fags to fucking. Oh.
Yeah, they do their job.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
What?
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 I was referring to us, not the fucking Rogeranians.
Oh. Oh?
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 Okay. We take off. Fly, spider.
Okay. You guys set off. It is 3 weeks to Chilnu, along the coast of Rogeron.
I'll hop aboard the crow's nest.
Oh, where's my...
Understood, Vin. Khutula, Carlos, prepare the nets. We'll be fishing. I purchased some barrels. Barrels of fish, everybody. Tastes of the sea.
Tastes of the sea.
No.
There. Ooh.
Oh, an advertisement. How lovely.
Oh, I didn't get an advertisement. Sorry.
I can't even hear what they're fucking saying, and I don't know how to skip it. Oh my god.
Okay, who's taking watch for the first week of the journey?
That's the whole week of being awake on watch?
You know what I fucking mean, to roll the dice of the way that we've been doing the thing. Who
Sounds
wants
like
to be
you're
the
a
one who
fucking
makes...
guy, Chief.
Okay.
Vinshenzo has claimed that. It was my understanding.
I'm in the watchtower.
I mean, like, fuck. As long as I can get somebody to roll to do the thing.
I'll
roll
the
the thing.
dice, Mr. Chris. Yes,
Thanks.
I'll keep a look at the horizon.
Ooh.
Natural 20. How do we
Wait. Aren't you in direct sunlight?
Yeah.
for a week straight?
A week of direct sunlight.
I did this last session, so just give me one moment because I'll do it again. You
Okay,
are in
Chris. Is doing
Chris. I'm gonna tell you what the weather is today on the day that you have decided to look out at the sea. Because I did that last time.
Balls.
Weather at sea. Stop.
Oh, Chris, I need you to show me your balls.
Oh no.
Cabron, I need to see your balls.
Fuck is that thing that I had? I had a really handy table that I was using last time. Screw it. Oh, there it is. I found it.
We're at
No,
the
that's
table.
okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The weather currently today is Ooh, what is the
High.
weather today?
38. Low.
It is hotter than normal by a lot.
That means
Oops.
nothing.
That might mean that there's lots of sun to make it lots of hot. Unless it's fucking
Fucking
swamp
hell.
ass conditions.
Okay, it is
We have swamp
30
ass?
degrees Fahrenheit hotter than normal.
Can we roll for swamp bats?
Sure.
You just tell me if I'm
Oh.
in direct sunlight. Oh my god.
Can we ask other questions?
Yes, you are in. You are not. Sorry, no, you are not in direct sunlight because it is very fucking heavy rain.
Chris is impaired. Alright, I rolled a
Shut
nat
up.
20.
Give me just like 2 seconds to fucking read the dice while you guys are like immediately interrupting me. Sorry.
That was way more than 2 seconds.
Heavy rain but hot as fuck is correct. It is very hot, it's very rainy, and there is also strong wind. No, sorry, it's light wind.
Oh, so that's not good because we're on a ship and we need the sails to have wind.
That's like what the weather's like here. Where I am.
There.
Seeker, not Vinshenzo.
I mean,
He's
it's
in
also
the
where
crow's nest.
Vincenzo is.
Okay, so the DC to see things is higher because it's raining, but I didn't have to roll disadvantage because it's raining. Oh,
You didn't have to roll disadvantage because it's not fucking. I don't know.
crazy.
We got a natural 20, baby.
Just fuck.
What
It's
does
a
that
nat
mean?
20. Just holy shit, man. Well done.
Well, it
Why
could not be
Why do we
nat
make
20.
it so complicated?
Have you met us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Sorry,
do I
I forgot.
see, if any?
Yes.
People on the spectrum
As
track like Matt.
during this crazy fucking rainstorm, you spot a dragon flying around in the south. It is flying, just traveling,
Quick, capture it. Make it heal Carlos.
traveling
Is there a bell on
across
the
the
ship?
sea. Yes, you have a bell.
Is it at the top of the crow's nest or down below?
You have a
down
bell.
below.
You have it there at the.
Oh.
There's one at the
Oh.
mast and one at the crow's nest, or at least that's what I recall being said earlier.
I mean, it makes fucking sense.
Yeah, they're on the mast.
I leap out of the crow's nest and ring the bell at the bottom and shout to Captain Nephis.
Could you acrobatics that for me? Given
I use
storm.
Featherfall.
You beautiful bastard. Never mind.
Okay, I marked it. And then I tell Captain Nephis, it's a dragon.
Wervin.
I point
Nephis
to the
begins
dragon.
looking around. To our south, right? And we're going
Through the
north.
rain, I can see
Yes.
it, Captain Nephis.
He spotted it in the south.
Then
It
we're
is
gonna go
traveling.
north.
It is traveling west. For the moment. At this moment.
Crew, full sails north. And at the helm, I steer the ship north, regardless of what direction we're going.
You're going north anyway.
Oh, then fuck. Twim to sails, bitch.
Big ups, Shumi in chat right now. Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. So yeah, you carry on past the dragon. Who cares about the dragon anyways? Fuck him. As the second week of your journey begins, you've made it to about here on the map. Yeah. Well done.
Excellent.
Vinshenzo, you receive word from whatever beetle it is that speaks on behalf of your wife, that they have crossed Nicaea and have cornered the vampires in their palace. The siege is underway, but it is quite brutal, and they need help.
Oh. Are they asking me for help?
They're asking for help. That is the message.
Oh. Okay. I clamber out of the. Hold on, I need to turn this musical. I talk to Captain Nephis after climbing out of the crow's nest. I find him. Where do I find him?
Captain Nephis is BRB. I think he's in the loo.
Okay. I'll talk to Carlos.
Okay, I'm here.
I come to Carlos with a distraught demeanor. Hold on.
Vinshenzo, you look how I feel. What's wrong?
We must make way for Nicia.
Now? We've almost made it to Chilnu. What have you learned?
Not much, but they're asking for help against the vampires. I worry about my wife.
Isn't that why we came here, to take out Tristan like she wanted?
Yes.
Or not your wife, but your matriarch.
The forces in Nicia are asking for our help urgently.
It would take months to get there, but I mean, if that's what they need, you have my support.
Thank you, Mr. Carlos. I pat him on the back.
But it is ultimately up to Nephis. He is the captain of the ship.
I am the captain of the ship. This is my ship.
Captain Nephis.
Aye.
He was. Yeah.
He was in the loo.
Aye. Yeah, I was sitting on the poop deck, pooping. I'm here, though.
He was throwing his chamber pot over the end.
Goodness me.
We must make way for Nicia at once.
So close to our destination?
Yes.
What is... Why are we needed?
Hold on.
No.
No to going, or no to holding on?
Tell me now, Vin.
The vampires, or the Drow that are destroying the vampires. They've made great headway, but they're calling for our aid. Urgently. They wouldn't do this if it wasn't serious.
The entire Drow army needs the help of 5 individuals.
Yes.
What? Rubbing his face.
I worry about
what do the
my
others
wife,
think?
Captain Nephis.
You said she was capable, but what about Tristan? Carlos, you said that the Thieves Guild and your family have been wiped out. We're so close to getting to Tristan. What of this?
I don't know, but whatever we do in Chilnu, whatever we do to Tristan, it won't do anything for the dead. We do have a chance to save the living.
We won't be back for another 2 months. We travel by ship. I'm not willing to leave this behind. It's been my life's effort.
I have no contacts here that could help us along anyway.
So we're to travel back.
Then is there any way you can get more information?
No.
Carlos squints at Vin.
And Vin, didn't you say magic is fickle? How do we know this isn't a trick by the Duke?
Leave me to my study. I go below deck.
Carlos looks at Nephis.
I come back up above deck, waving my finger at Nephis. I know this spell. It wouldn't be someone who could be posing as someone else. It is a trusted drow. Amathre's second in command.
Do you not just send a message to your wife?
Leave me to my study.
Carlos squints at
I
Vin.
go below deck.
Isaac, you got any opinions? Anything you want to pitch in?
I mean, I can't wait to crack some vampire heads.
Yeah, he wanted to go that way anyway.
Shifting his eyes and kind of pursing his lips.
Amathre
Fine.
is in Nissia,
So we-
right?
Yeah, she
believe
and
so.
the army, along with like 2 Tarvian legions and all the blah 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 blah, are in Nissia. Like they're fighting the vampires right now. But you're only getting like infrequent broadcasts of 25 words or less.
I cast
So you don't know the whole
sending to
picture.
Amathre, my wife.
Yes.
And
My
I
wife's
say,
boyfriend sent me a text.
I seen your car. I seen your car parked out his house. I cast sending and say, my lady, how goes the assault?
Okay. Allow me to make a good response in 25 words or less.
1, 2 words.
You can talk amongst yourselves as this happens.
As I was saying,
Vin is by himself.
Vin is by himself. Nephis, kind of like, all the things that I already said, slaps his arms to the side. Fine. We shall change the plan again. Another few months. Perhaps they'll all be dead when we get there. And he swings the wheel all the way around violently.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I admit, Nephis, this isn't ideal, but I don't know what else to do.
I'm sorry, I'm eating. But so is not Nephis. He stays quiet. He kind of squints his eyes off, ignoring you. He's moody,
Standing.
like a woman. There's a sausage fest here. Someone has to
Khutula's
pick up
here.
the slap.
Tula, come down here and be
Okay.
moody for me.
Oh yeah, I'm below deck. Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a good message in 25 words. Just bear with me.
I mean, you can fudge it because you're the DM.
I'm just trying to get
Okay. I'm
accurate
sorry.
details in with not,
Sorry, I've been a little scatterbrained. So what's the current consensus or plan?
Nephis, the captain, has swung the wheel around, spinning us in the opposite direction. The direction
Alright.
we came from.
I lost my cat. Can you give me my cat back? It's somewhere over
Me
here.
dropping off the dudes back on that second port.
Say again?
Our crew that wanted to go
sailors.
to the next port.
Yeah. That's their problem.
Oh,
Yeah, they'll
Are
worry
they saying
about that
something to
later.
me?
They
'Cause
trust
as
you.
of right now, they trust me. Good.
Okay, well,
They trust that you're the captain and you know what's best.
As of right now, I grabbed my knob really hard, and I flung the wheel around. Not having too much stimulus happening to me, so that's what
my
I'm doing. I'm
wife
grabbing my
left me
knob
on
real hard.
red.
No, I'm almost done.
Uh-huh.
Okay. No, I got it. I got the message. The message is coming to you.
Okay.
Uh,
Carlos, what do you do when a bitch leaves you on red?
Carlos is the
outstanding.
one that does it. He leaves all the women on red.
okay, there you go.
Carlos has to block bitches.
Exactly.
Way be all up in my business.
As I'm steering the wheel, Luca comes up to me and says, "Why are they Spaniards?"
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
they're Spanish. They're effectively Spanish.
They're
Man,
Rojaronian.
Rojarians.
Well, like they don't. I'm taking this from the perspective of in the moment, these guys don't really know what the fuck is going on. All they know is that like you guys are in a big group huddle, and then suddenly you like there was an argument, you like turn the wheel. So they're just kind of like focusing on doing their jobs right now. That's why I'm saying they trust
But
you.
Luca's free since I control the ship, and he comes up to me and says, "Captain Nephis, we are not heading to the capital anymore." No. Plans have changed. We're needed elsewhere. We'll drop you off back at the last port. Apologies. Oh. Well, that's good.
Odd.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that.
Vin would like to cast Sending to Thaddeus Spark.
Fatty ass.
Ready?
Vin says in 25 words or less.
Okay, I get the message. Sorry.
He says Thieves Guild and Rogeron wiped out. Need contacts in Nissia. Friendly contacts in Nissia. Boom.
Okay. In 25 words or less, Thaddeus Spark says, have contacts in Nissia. What info do you need?
Oh. Give me one
25
frickin' second.
Would you like to potentially share any of the information to allow the party to like deliberate over it as we pause for dramatic effect?
I'm holding my knob, staring off to the south instead of the north, where we should be looking.
Isaac, what do you have to say?
I cast Sending to Thaddeus Spark again.
Okay.
this is the last time I can freaking do it with level 3 spell slots. So if he wants me to send something back, he can eat a dick. I say leave it. I say
Eat a
leave
dick for a day.
information in a dead drop by the steel horse in Confluentia. We'll recover. We need all information.
All information. Sorry,
Like, what is?
I'm gonna write this down verbatim.
Obviously,
No.
the vampires.
I'm writing down what you. Fuck you. I just wanted to make sure I got the words down right. Or
Okay.
steel horse and shit. So you wanted to leave the information in a dead drop at steel horse.
The Iron Donkey.
In Confluentia.
In Confluentia.
Yeah, see, I remembered the tavern name, Chris.
Wow. Okay. I have it written down. You may proceed. Oh, I must proceed.
I'm sorry, Isaac. Go ahead. I didn't want to lose my train of thought, though. Sorry for interrupting you.
I don't really have anything to say. I'm just thinking. How the hell did my fucking trinket for Gotrek actually work?
Don't you have
Did
to
like
blow on
communicate, or is it a hey, I need to talk and he'll find me?
Yeah, you gotta.
Isn't it like
He
a
explains-
goat horn that you blow on?
You whisper his name into it.
Yeah, you just gotta speak his name. You gotta like hold it up and like focus on it and speak his name, and he will respond. He said that in his characteristic way.
Like a white phantom from Dark Souls.
I go up to
Like a
Captain
white-
Nephis and the rest of the crew. Anyone who will listen, and I say, I've spoken with Amathray. She is still alive. But the situation is much worse. It is a matter of orcs and demons, as well as vampires.
What?
That is all I know, Mr. Carlos. And I have alerted
The
your
situation truly has gotten worse.
I have alerted your comrades, Thaddeus.
I appreciate that.
They do know we're months out, right?
She knew we were on our way to Rogeron.
Well, we'll stop at the next port, offload the crew, pick up more rations, and we'll head straight for Nicia.
I grab Nephis's shoulder.
Oh,
Say, this is no small favor I'm asking of you, Captain Nephis. I appreciate it.
I understand, Vin. Get attacking the sails. We'll make full speed.
Fuck yeah. So you're effectively like still just a week away from your last port of call. Which ain't too bad. Finn throws Khutula out of the crow's nest.
Does he cast Featherfall?
No, suplex that bitch.
She independently saves herself of her own free will. And she harumphs.
She takes
It's a
50
rock
points
bottom.
of poison damage.
Sorry.
Not again.
She has scurvy. Forgot to eat your fruits, Captain.
Poison bolt hit Vinshenzo in the ass.
My black ass.
Okay. Sorry if this has been picking up. I've just been eating cherries. My fingers are all red. It was awesome.
You're getting that all over your keyboard, dude. That's fucking nasty.
I'm
Yeah.
not touching my keyboard.
Okay, who wants to do this week's worth of travels thing that goes crazy?
Vinshenzo does the thing.
I'm in the crow's nest.
I don't care who does it. Actually, I do care who does it because it matters about the weather. What's the?
Yeah, so
It's okay. I'm on point right now.
okay.
It's okay. Sorry,
Chris is
I'm
on
moving
time.
forward.
He arrived at.
I'm here.
Am I rolling at disadvantage? I guess I'll roll one dice. Oh, hell yeah.
It's hot. It's windy. It's cloudy. So you're not rolling at
Oh,
disadvantage.
hell yeah. I rolled
Oh, mama.
19, I believe. Oh, no, I rolled a 22.
22. What's the die value? Unmodified.
16?
Okay.
My perception is +6.
On the horizon to your north, you are traveling south. There comes a sail.
Motherfucker.
A sail.
A sail.
Another ship, Captain Nephis.
Do 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 do.
Spyglass.
Do 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 do.
Do your thing.
Which
21.
direction is it? South?
It's to your north. You are traveling south. It is
Fuck
traveling
'em.
south.
Seeing Isaac using his scoop, I'm gonna keep focus on piloting the ship.
Who is Shumi Cat?
Can we hexagon this motherfucker?
The person I met in VR.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can we hexagon this
I don't
motherfucker?
know what they're saying.
Dude, they play Arma
Oh,
Devon,
Yeah.
3 years ago.
What am I supposed to be
Oh.
doing?
hex, please.
Oh, hexagonal. Okay, grid. I don't know if you're like asking me to cast a spell. I can't do that.
I can't do the grid. I don't think.
Okay, I did it. You're welcome, bitch.
I appreciate you. Thank you. By 10.
So what did I see with my 21?
With your 21, you see you see a ship on the horizon. You can see that the sails are Rosaranian origin. There is no identifiable flag from this distance. I say distance as in the horizon.
Alright, I share that with Nephis.
Understood. He says.
Can't.
I'm sitting in the
whatever.
crow's nest playing music.
I'm just shitting here.
shitting.
I didn't say that.
I don't know why, but I can't clone or copy this little boat. But I was gonna make another boat. Thank you.
You gotta just tell me.
That's because you're not promoted.
You gotta tell
All right.
them.
Ah, that's why
Ah,
the world has opened up.
ah,
Clank, clank, clank.
Everything makes sense again.
ah.
Oh, he fell down a well. Why does this keep happening?
And tell no tales.
Ooh, apparently dead men tell no tales.
Chris doesn't remember.
That was just
Appreciate
you
you.
and me. Chris wasn't there for that.
Oh, I thought we like replayed it. Maybe that that was with Night.
I think that must have been with Night.
It must have been
Yeah.
with Night. I don't think that was me. Thank you, though.
You're welcome, Chris.
Okay, yeah, so the ship's on the horizon. You're continuing to sail south. It's also sailing south.
Is it catch, oh my god, what's the word?
Yes, it is catching.
Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna keep going.
Have we identified it yet?
It's a
It's
Rosharani-made
Rosharani.
vessel. It was on the horizon.
Oh, then it's
As-
a friend of Carlos.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know that. Could be one of Tristan's ships.
Oh my
I keep
god,
my focus forward.
my mic is so hot. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I didn't change
I
anything.
can hear it over the waves. I'm listening to the waves, Captain.
I bought a soda pop, Captain.
I'm really
Soda
hyper. I had a lot of sugar. Okay, we continue clopping down the clop sea. The creamy sea.
Creamy crop sea. Okay, so as the thing gets closer, you notice that it is a brigantine,
Oh,
which is roughly that size.
that's the middle ship.
Yes,
The middle ship.
they have a crew of 3. It's a 3-man. Okay.
It is, and it is gaining, or it has gained over the past change of watch. It is now this close to you.
I'm still on Guach.
Squatch.
Oh,
I know in combat it's like a thing to do full sails to move faster. Would that be a possibility to do that in this case, or?
I thought we
Yeah,
already
you
did
can. Yeah, you had already done that. I was
Oh,
assuming.
that's what we're doing right now. So they're still catching up.
It's a bigger ship,
Damn, they're
Captain
quick.
Genius.
Shut the fuck up, man. You fucking suck.
They have more sail volume
They have
than
more
us.
ship per capita. Approximately. Okay, well, we're gonna
Captain
keep
Nephis,
going.
They're gaining on us.
I don't know how to. Do we have to go up when? Is it like Sea of Thieves? Do we use Sea of Thieves meta for D&D?
It's not represented in Limithrons, but if a smaller ship would be able to go upwind faster than bigger ships, because
It is true.
because to tack takes more, you lose more energy,
It's true.
but they have more sail volume.
Which way is the wind blowing?
The wind is currently blowing
I don't know
in.
if Chris wants to get into that level of complication.
I would listen.
Here is our resident naval officer.
It is currently blowing southeast.
Southeast.
I
Yeah.
sailed for like
So
3
we
or
have to
4
go
summers
northwest.
with very small boats, and I know a little bit about like boat sailing history, but it's not that
I
much.
actually crewed a tall sailing ship.
We have a few pirates aboard.
Yeah, I went out on a big yacht a couple times, but not enough to
Oh no
learn
I
anything,
mean
really.
I actually crewed a fucking a brigantine sized ship
With sails?
with sails and rigging and a mast and cannons.
For
I
how
was
long?
a crew a week and a half, 2 weeks,
Oh.
I think.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Chris was a pirate. So
Pirate
in order to go
flags in
upwind, we'd have
chat?
to go northwest. It's
For Chris.
It's stuck. It's
Or
fucking stuck.
We're
There we
stuck.
go. No, sorry. Oh, did I cut out?
We've run aground, Captain.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I'd cut out.
You're to be on watch.
Squatch. Yeah. What was the last thing that you heard me say?
It's stuck or
We're
something.
stuck.
Oh, don't worry about it. Never mind.
Stepped in doo-doo, now our feet are glued.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah. So there's a boat. It appears to be gaining on you. Generally, you should be faster. It's odd that this bigger boat is gaining on you.
It's not odd. It's a bigger boat. It has more boat per capita. Therefore, faster. So in order to go upwind, we'd have to go northwest. Is what?
Yes.
Correct. That's why. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that you weren't saying it the opposite. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the ship going the same direction until they are like about a. This grid is like using the
50 or
the
feet, right?
Yeah, 50.
No, I was not using it as combat grid. I was just trying to represent it like, gaining, just because this is the sea.
Well, once they get like under half a mile, I feel like that is kind of close, or maybe like a quarter mile. Then I will start making maneuvers to avoid them.
Yeah, 100%.
I have a question. Is this the same day I used all my spell slots to cast Sending?
No.
Hell yeah.
This is within, we'll say this is like day 3 of your voyage. So, in fact, because that's a very good point, given the length of time it takes for boats to happen, you have 3 days worth of messages that you can use now.
Oh, Carlos.
What?
What?
Oh, Vinshenzo.
You mean my
Okay.
spell slots have reset?
I'm saying that your spell slots would have reset like 3 times. So during that 3-day period between when fucking Nephis like spun the wheel and started turning around.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sent
And
anything
then-
else.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess yes, I would have. I would have checked on my wife daily.
Okay.
So maybe
Well,
I'm down
she
one
is-
spell slot.
Okay. I just wanted to give you that opportunity to
Okay,
use
thank you.
Sending if you needed to,
I
kind of like the
appreciate
freebie. Anyways, you are aware on each of those days that the siege is still underway, and that it's like she's safe, but she's like they need more troops essentially.
5
like, there's-
more to be exact.
She's like, yeah, we're getting low.
I remind her
Like,
that
we're waiting for
only 5
reinforcements.
people.
Okay, well, within a 25-word message on one of the days, this is
Hey,
like all that she can
dumbass
respond
fucking
with.
Dumbass bitch. There's only 5 of us, you fucking dumbass bitch.
Hey, you can say whatever you
25.
want to your wife. I'm not stopping you from doing that. I'm just letting you know, like, how many.
I
Yes,
tell her that we are
dumbass,
5
bitch ass.
strong and we are coming.
She loves you.
Aw.
Oh, and she loves you, and she gives you Timora's blessing, or she does that thing. Wow.
Okay.
That's Drow
anyway.
custom. That's how they do
That's how
it.
they do it. It's true.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate
It's
fact.
because the cave atmosphere.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the winds die down slightly when the ship eventually reaches to the half a mile marker that you were talking about. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Spyglass.
Yeah, spyglass. Do it. Do me.
As
Whoa.
since it's reaching my marker, this is when I'm going to begin heading
26.
west.
Yes.
So
Oh.
I start turning the ship to starboard slightly to give way for the bigger ship, since they're gaining, and I'm. Although paranoid, Nephis is just gonna try playing it calm.
For sure.
Yes.
As you start to turn west, this ship turns west as well. And what was your perception roll there? 26?
26.
You notice that this ship is crewed by
Good enough.
this ship is crewed by humans and satyrs, so it is definitely a Rogeron crew. You are aware of the flags now that are displayed upon this ship, conveniently as
No,
they
it's gonna
have
be the
been
crew.
unfurled It is flying a Roseron flag, and it is also flying the flag of the Valyrian Trade and Company, trade and deliveries associated with
I
that.
alert the party to
Those
this.
motherfuckers.
Looking at Carlos and Vin, you said he wouldn't he wouldn't tell Tristan's men. They wouldn't tell Tristan's men.
Why are you assuming that they're on their way because of them? I mean, why would they assume that we were going south?
This is not the time to point fingers, Captain Nephis.
How many feet are in a mile?
Oh,
5,000?
5,280.
There you go.
Wow. Okay, so half
Five
a mile.
tomatoes.
No, it's fine.
You never heard that.
I don't. I grew up metric. I'm sorry. That's why I asked.
Same.
Stupid, dude.
Fuck you.
I also grew up metric.
I also grew up stupid.
I don't do enough. My fucking imperial math is entirely down to like feet and inches. I don't do anything any
what's
bigger than
going
that.
on here?
I want to know how many 50 feet are in half a mile, and I just wanted to know how much half a mile was, so I could divide it by 2 and then divide it by 50.
You
We can-
what?
Okay, so the pirate, the whatever ship, the Rogeron ship is half a mile away. So I'm trying to represent it in hexes. Each hex is supposed to represent 50 feet. So how many 50 feet hexes are in half a mile?
Can't we just say they're half a mile away and not really represented until they're within like combat range?
Because you went out of your way to ask to be alerted to within there 500 feet. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
help out
so
by
that's-
representing
So
that.
that's 10 hexes, which is 50,
But
500
Nephis
feet.
is
Okay,
Nephis is
whatever.
now also performing evasive maneuvers, so I just wanted to do that, and this wasn't supposed to be this complicated, but it's you guys,
How
so
does that complicate things?
Okay,
Because-
so if we're gonna do it 50 feet, then I pulled out my calculator. 52.8 hexes is the distance it would be. I don't think we got 58.
no, we
hexes
don't.
here.
That's why I wanted to check.
52.
That's why I wanted to check.
That's what
That's
I'm
all.
saying.
Well, I don't fucking know that because I don't know imperial math.
But you
I'm
got a
sorry.
calculator. I mean,
Yes,
I forgot.
and I don't fucking know. I have all of these screens that
Okay,
are full
okay,
of
I'm
something
sorry.
else.
Okay,
I just
okay.
asked
I
a
got
simple
one.
question.
Okay,
Relax.
okay.
All right, we're cool. We're
Fuck.
normal.
Are we?
I don't think so.
Anyways,
I
so
gotta smoke some weed.
10. Well, what? Fucking. Okay, Devon's actively fucking avoiding this guy. He's actively following you.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
So as you start going this way, he starts like turning. Ooh, go that way too.
But he's not that close. He's half a mile.
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
tell
Large
you when it's
scale.
500 feet. I'm just fucking.
You're
Macro.
fucking.
There you go. That's
That-
what it looks like.
That was my one and only request, Chris. That's all I need.
You made it harder than it should have been, and I appreciate you either way. Let's carry on. This is what it looks like, Nephis. Would you like to do anything more with this new situation, or are you going to continue as you are?
Fuck. Yeah, I might continue this direction. it's we hooked a big one, Captain.
You're the captain, Captain.
I know I'm talking to myself. I'm insane.
We know.
Vin
Yes.
gets down from the crow. No, Vin will stay on the crow's nest, but he's facing towards this ship with a ready look in his eye.
Oh.
Okay. Well, as you.
What are you
gonna-
planning to do?
Oh.
The secret.
Water.
Does Isaac ask me what I'm
Yes.
planning to do? A simple
Given that you had
parlay
a
of
ready look,
vessels.
he's asking what the fuck you're planning to do.
Can you see my ready look from wherever the fuck you are?
I don't know. Where are you?
I'm in the crow's nest, facing towards the stern of the ship.
Facing the rear, so you would be facing where I'm at.
Okay. I stay silent.
Okay, you kind of look in something like that at this point in time, as far as I can understand of what your navigation is doing.
Yeah, is to head towards the wind to get these guys off of us.
Okay, well, for the sake of the proportions of this board, I want west to be that way. So, recognizing that we have changed the compass direction.
Oof.
You're now starting to look more like this. It's not having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
This is happening over like the span of hours.
What kind of armaments are on the ship?
You can see that it has a number of not only conventional ballistas as well as what look to be like fire. What's that called? Greek fire?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Good.
like they have that in the bow, and then they have like some ballistas.
Are we close to the coast, correct?
You're about as far out to sea as you normally would travel from the coast, which is, I believe, you always keep it on the horizon.
Yeah.
So you are to the horizon of the coast.
Seeing that they're still pursuing us, I'm going to. Nephis is going to head the ship inland in using his proficiency in landcraft vehicles, or sorry, waterborne vehicles. He's going to try using his abilities to navigate shallower waters.
Oh no.
Yeah. To try
Okay.
warding off the ship.
So I will point out to you, just in case you're aware, that land is
Mhm.
east.
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
gonna. It's pretty much the idea is gonna continue turning right, starboard, and then heading back east.
Ooh, that's pretty smart, actually. So it ends up looking more like this. And then eventually, we're just going to drop him off over here. That does not represent anything. And now you're sailing east towards the coastline. And you have left him, like the sail is now back sort of on the horizon.
Oh, sorry, what? Yeah, we head east.
The enemy ship is on the horizon.
Oh,
Like it's you're gigantic
You
U-turn,
bamboozled.
and given the fact that you are so small and they are so not small, you outran them to the point where they are now back on the horizon with your big
Okay.
loop-de-loop.
then yeah, we're gonna head southwest. So we're still going south, but getting closer to the shoreline.
Southeast.
Oh.
All right. I don't have a shoreline to depict on this, but you get close to the shoreline.
You can draw.
Yeah, Yeah, we can draw.
You're right.
Perhaps we
You
can
draw.
here before you draw. We'll do that just to
Whoa.
avoid anything.
Stand by. I'm just gonna get a reference.
It's not like too important. Still, we're the idea is still to stay like maybe half a mile like off the shore. Just keep it closer.
Okay,
So.
well, The shore is like this then. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
line.
You can do macro. Big, approximately.
Shoreline's approximately like that.
Yeah. And then once under, like, half a mile, just, contouring to it. And by this time, I'm guessing it's like almost like nighttime. Or approaching the afternoon.
It's nighttime.
Okay. I might tell everyone to
Or it's like sunset.
lights out. We don't want them following us. We're picking up anyone from the coast. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We can keep the lights on up below deck, but if we're on top, we'll just have to make do.
Make use of my 300 feet of night vision to spot for Nephis.
That's a Vin
Stand by.
shares. No.
Okay. So as you lights out and get your ship in a nice place to hide, you can see in the distance the ship sails past, carrying on south. It has not seen you. It passes out of sight, and you can no longer see it.
Well done, Mr. Nephis.
Hopefully we don't run into any more of them. That brigantine. Cannot imagine what it would do to this ship.
Hopefully they're not also on their way to Nicia.
We'll see.
If they are, they could be bringing a lot of supplies to the vampires.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Perhaps Vin can give word to Amethray, his wife.
About a random ship out here? Are you?
Aye.
I don't listen.
Aye.
I'm talking to Carlos. He can decide. Aye.
Aye.
I know not of magic. Only the sea.
If Vin overhears this, he gets pissed off.
How about you tell your wife's boyfriend?
Outstanding.
Okay, we're heading south. Yes.
Yes. And you don't catch sight of the brigantine again during your voyage.
More ship per capita.
Can't do. Towards the end of your journey, Vin. Jesus. Headset. What are you doing? Fuck, that was loud.
Whatever it wants.
Are you in your kitchen?
No, I just got a big, like, the low battery beep of my headset, and it was very loud. Now I have to plug in my. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, quality content. I know. All right, there we go. So 3 weeks is the time you guys have been sailing for. So, as
We
you're,
have to drop off the losers after week
Yes.
1.
I know.
Give them
sorry.
50 gold each when we drop
So
them off.
you guys have traveled from the port of Paviera, right? The duration of time, regardless of how far you've gone from it, has been 3 weeks so far. That's what I'm saying. You got 2 weeks up there, turned around, came back. That's 3 weeks. Somehow I fucking did it in my head.
I see.
At this point
Somehow.
in time that you're at currently, right now, it's been 3 weeks. This is what I'm saying.
All right.
Anyways,
So we already let
purpose
him
of-
off.
yeah, you let him off.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
got away from Brigantine's Ev. You haven't seen him yet at all since he disappeared into the night. Anyways, Vinshenzo, you get a message from your wife's boyfriend or whatever we're regarding him as. But there's
You're
been
welcome.
some like catastrophically powerful, not catastrophically, sorry, fucking immensely powerful magical shield has been created around the vampire castle, causing the attacks on the vampire's final fortress to cease. And now they're basically stuck. Well, yeah, they're stuck because they can't get in. So she's just sending you that update that has just happened.
I include in my message, well, I don't know what you expect for us to do.
Are you sending that to your wife, or are you sending it
That
to the
was
dude who sent you the
reply.
message?
I get a free
Okay.
reply of 25 words. That's my reply.
Okay. I just want to double check.
Yes.
Once again, they're more like, it's more of like a keeping you informed message than like a please
Yes.
hurry up kind of thing. Okay. Okay, carry on.
You're saying is have we dropped the dudes off or
You're
not?
about to. You're
Okay.
on the way to.
Oh.
Bowda. Bowda.
Anyways, yeah. So let me do this instead. Ooh. Okay, this week's voyage is uneventful, and you sail back into the port of Paviera. And upon arriving in this wonderful great port town city of Paviera, you are greeted by the dockmaster, who politely asks for 1 gold piece of docking fee.
I hand over the dough.
And you drop off the dudes.
I tell them to stay safe.
I give them
They-
50 gold
Sailing with
each.
them.
Oh wow, big pocket spender.
We
man
didn't
here.
drop them where we were supposed to,
Hey
He
man,
also
and
saved
they lost
fucking
their ship
lives.
and shit.
well done to
And
you.
they get a free
50
ride
gold
and
pieces. That's a
they
lot of great money.
get paid as well.
They,
I mean, 50
they're
each.
very, yeah, they're very happy. Each of them are very happy, and they like bless you and wish you safe travels to Nicaea, and hope everything goes well for your group.
If they were
And once they fucked
gnomes,
off, I summon or I call on
that wouldn't have
Gotrek.
flown.
If they were gnomes, they wouldn't be going home.
They okay. Isaac, say that one more time.
I summon Gotrek.
Okay.
What?
So you focus on your talisman that Gotrek gave you. And where are you on the boat when you do this?
I would be somewhere near the center, so like there maybe.
On the deck though, not on the underneath.
Yeah.
Okay. So upon activating this talisman, a gigantic like fog, essentially a big dark storm cloud appears out of this talisman, and it floats in front of you at roughly like arm's distance, and a gigantic disembodied head of Gotrek, appears from within this cloud, and everybody around can see this. This is not
I draw my
single
blade.
to Isaac. Okay, cool. So you see Gotrek's face. It has now dominated this cloud, and he jerks his head around and he goes, Isaac! Hello!
Hello, Gotrek.
You've called on me. A favor, I see. How can I help?
Well, we need to get to Nissia with all due haste, but going there by boat would take us 2 months. So I was hoping that maybe you had some way to speed that up.
As you finish speaking, his head, sort of within this cloud sphere, vanishes from existence for a moment, almost as though he was like jerked out of a picture frame, and then it comes back right in, and he says, "Hang on a second. Now's not a good time. How about I meet you where you are in, let's say, 5 minutes?" And then he fucking poofs out of existence, or his disembodied head poofs out of existence. Oh. Shit. If nothing significant happens in 5 minutes, he is going to poof into the air about 50 feet above you, riding Meat. And Meat cruises down to perch on the side rails of the top deck to allow Gotrek to descend onto the boat. And he immediately, as you see him, he is about as gray and pale and shitty as you remember him, but he is covered in fresh blood. And he stomps down onto the deck, and he immediately walks over to Isaac, and he without unless you attempt to prevent this, he's going to embrace you in a really big fucking bear hug, and he's gonna say, "Ah, Isaac, you smell stale. No killing?"
No, it's been quite uneventful recently.
Ah, well, Nicaea's ripe for the taking. Lots of fresh blood and meat. We've been having fun over there. I was just around, playing with orcs. If you want to get your sword wet, that's the place to go right now.
Well, that is the plan.
All right. Well, am I taking just you? Who's going? And he looks around, and he licks his lips as he looks into each and every single person's eyes who is standing on the top deck.
Ideally, all of us.
Yeah,
preferably the boat as well.
Oh, boat as well. Whoa, let me take a look around. And he paces up to the bow. And then he sprints from the bow and jumps up the rigging and bounces off to the stern. And he comes back and he says, "Well, one boat to Nicaea. I can get it done. This is your favor, Isaac." And he turns to the crowd, to the rest of you, and he says, "If you don't like bumpy rides, I recommend you hold on to something."
I tie myself to the railing.
This is okay. Vin's below deck. Carlos?
I'm gonna go below deck.
Isaac?
With a furrowed eyebrow.
I tie myself to the railing.
Sorry, yeah, cool.
Sheaths
Nephis?
his sword and grabs hold of the helm. Isaac, if this ship is damaged by your little trick here, you'll be paying for it yourself.
Awesome. Okay. And Khutula is
not in agreement.
Khutula is standing by Nephis, bravely, with a pout on her face, or whatever Khutula does. Anyways, so Gotrek whistles to meet the worm, and was he a wyvern?
I thought it was a drake.
Oh yes, that's what it was. It was a big fucking flying monster lizard. That's what it was. Doesn't matter. It's crazy. He whistles to it, and then he starts sprinting up to the bow, up along this whatever it's called, that big ass Yeah, that thing. I should know because I used to be on that stupid boat. Anyway, so he sprints off that, and at that same time, the fucking meat comes down, and he jumps onto the back of meat, and he summons this massive gaping hole in reality in front of your boat, Nephis. And then he disappears through it.
I hold the wheel.
Okay, you going in?
I'm at the wheel.
He's going in.
You know how I'm not
All
on the
right.
sails. I'm not a rigger.
Kite. Anyways, the boat goes in. Okay. I just roll this really. Who's feeling really lucky? Who wants to roll me a D8?
I'm feeling particularly unlucky, so fuck it.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Evidently, I snagged it on the fucking floating sea. But it was a 2.
The Black Sea.
A 2. Okay. That is northeast. Wow. What fucking luck. Okay.
Queech.
You have popped out here.
Nice.
You are on the northeast coast of Nicaea.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to throwing up, how bumpy was the ride?
It was pretty, well, it wasn't the ride. You don't actually, I'll tell you this, you don't actually recall exactly how the ride went as you exited the ride, but each and every single one of you is going to take a Constitution saving throw, including Khutula.
Excellent.
Oh,
mama, I'm a shit and coming for the do.
nice.
Excellent.
I rolled an 18.
Vin walks up.
Or no, I rolled a 17.
Walks up the stairs, and I throw up on Vin, and then Vin starts.
You voluntarily do that?
Perpetual vomit machine.
Okay, well, effectively, unless you choose to, only Isaac loses his lunch, and he does not weather. Oh yeah, like
into the ocean.
you become on your knees vomiting. Fucking, that did not turn out well for you. But the ship is intact and everyone's alive, and you can see Gotrek ahead of you,
Lying on the railing, puking.
I would like to
poor
roll
guy.
Arcana to learn what just happened, if I can.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Unnatural 20? Hell yeah, dude.
Unnatural 20. Okay. I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay. Raspy voice OP.
Hello?
Hello?
Damn. That was some fucking dead air. I'm sorry.
Sent a private message. Just give me 1 second. I'll tell you exactly what it was. I think that's what it is. Just have to check the spell.
You learned that the hole was gape. The fabric of reality was gaped, Captain.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Okay. I wasn't like
Goodness.
trying to be like, oh, can you tell me the logistics of this magical portal?
I understand. You caught me by surprise.
Vin was curious.
I'm happy that you're curious. I should have had this in my pocket for if you had asked, but I didn't because I'm silly.
Curiosity strikes in the Titanic.
That's okay.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
Powerful
Okay,
trickery.
well, I'm happy with my answer that I gave.
Vin says that to himself.
Boverduckus.
Captain, I've laid eyes on Boverduckus.
Where exactly did we land?
Yellow.
Yeah, well, that's my mark. I
Oh.
vaguely remember him saying
Yeah.
northeast, but
That is the general area. It is within that region.
Considering we were just fucking teleported close to like fucking 1,000 miles plus.
Yeah. You were here on the world map, ish.
Yeah.
You were,
no,
or
we
sorry,
were
no.
here.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, you were in the middle of town too, and then you are now here.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
why-
far.
That's why Isaac vomited,
Yeah.
and that's
I
why
haven't
you
even gotten
can
to my,
certainly
like,
vomit.
question. I'm stating the fact, like what happened. I don't think we know where the fuck we are.
That's a very fair statement. Okay.
Unless we could identify the coastlines.
Yeah.
But
Fine.
as far
You know
as
what?
like maps
You know what?
and charts
saying,
and
like,
stuff, we wouldn't know.
Roll me history, motherfuckers.
I just think it's kind of neat, the idea of us just like fish from another land that we were just in, flapping on the deck as we come in, water flowing, the mixing of different waters, and then we don't know where we are.
There's at least two people. At least two people know
nice.
exactly where they are.
Wow.
22 on history.
Oh.
Also, if I've seen the layout of the land, I would recall it because of fucking background thing.
Shit wanderer. Okay, each and every single one of you was wide awake when you were traveling on the griffins that had traveled from wherever it was on Nicaea directly across the channel, which happens to be like where you guys pointed out.
It's like deja vu.
Yeah, so that's actually the rationale there. That's a fucking convenient, isn't that? Thank you, Dice Roll, for putting you there. That is the coastline that you would have seen as you were being carried away on the backs of griffins. You know, when Cecilia gave her life to save you in the arena.
She just died like a bitch. She didn't help us. Actually.
Wow.
Once they stop throwing up, point out that
Since Carlos
this
wasn't throwing
direction
up,
is probably Nicaea.
since Carlos wasn't throwing up, he'd say it first. He'd be like, I remember this when we were rescued by the Griffins. We should be northeast of Nicaea.
Since Nephis is the captain, he's not going to say anything. He's also going to ignore you, and he's going to turn the ship around towards Boverduckus.
Overducker.
Boverduckus.
Carlos helps with her again.
Hey, how big is this river? Can we sail all the way to Confluentia?
I mean, you guys are in a sloop, and that is a big river.
I might remember that being said, that the ships would sail to Confluentia.
Hang
I
on.
think I remember that.
Hang on.
I just want to go to
shit.
Vegeta.
I thought we
Vegeta.
had Confluentia somewhere.
We do.
We do.
We do.
I don't have it.
Oh, are you looking for the small
Oh, is it
map?
underneath?
I think so. I just checked in my bag of secret bags, and it wasn't in my bag.
That was before we made the
That's
bag.
West Marches. That's other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mother, father. I'll get you. I got you. I'll get
Excuse
you.
me.
I'll got you. I'll get you.
Confluentia. It's in Nicene Vagabond's maps.
Baba Booey.
And it has the river that it runs directly through the city.
Super idol, I do the show.
That's where you guys would have met the priest. Or no, that's where Peter Montfort met the priest in the town square there, and he visited the library of the whatever. Shit, it really is all coming full circle.
We did a lot of stuff here, but we're not here right now.
Yes,
We're
where we
here.
go.
But I'm happy. I'm happy that this map is now in our possession. Anyways, yes, you're here. What do? Oh, yes, by the way, because this matters and this is important. The entire island, because you are off the coast of it, you can see it quite well, is covered in storm clouds. It is a very gloomy and dark atmosphere.
Well, it doesn't look very inviting.
Never was.
Used to be better. A little bit.
Once we deal with the vampires, it will be better.
I quite like the local weather currently.
For the sake of Khutula, Khutula is not recovering well from this teleportation, and she continues to be ill. She takes herself below deck to rest up.
No. Steering the ship, I ask Vin, do the Drow have a safe landing spot on Nicaea? And fucking checking his map, he says, okay, is it Bover
I think it's Boverticus.
Yeah, think of it as a Roman name, so Boverticus. Boverticus. But if you want to call it Boverducus,
I don't
that's cool too.
Boverduck.
It's funny, but
okay, well it is Boverticus.
do you know if we can make way through Boverticus to Confluentia?
Vin shrugs.
The river leads all the way into Confluentia, right?
Sorry, yeah, I didn't. I thought it was from there to there, but we could take the river. But still, my question stands.
Where is the castle at? Do we know that?
Copy.
Red dot.
Oh, it's where the mansion was?
Sorry. No, you don't know where the castle is. You don't know where the specific
We know where
is.
the mansion was because that was at the red dot.
Vinshenzo is aware of the fact that he's supposed to have a dead drop at the Steel Horse in Confluentia, which Vin, I'm sure, is aware of. I wonder what that kind of information could hold.
Information.
Vin shrugs to Nephis for the third time.
Copy that. Now I see your shrugs. Clopping eyes on your shrugs. We'll go as the... It's not the right saying. We'll figure it out as we go. You should let your wife know that we are close, though. Perhaps they can lend
Could
aid.
be on the other side of the island, for all I know, Mr. Captain Nephis.
Mr. Captain Nephis.
I mean, it would be good for them to know that we have arrived months ahead of schedule.
Yes.
Just a thought, Vin. We'll see, though.
I wish I could have posted my letter before we traveled all this way. It's going to cost much more now.
Sorry, that's not fun. It's kind of funny.
Aye, we had very little warning. I was not expecting it and very apprehensive of Isaac's company.
Yes.
Perhaps it would have been ideal if we had
Quite
gotten some warning.
Fellow.
He is still flying around orbiting the ship. Just FYI. He's not like close quarters, but because he went through the portal as well, he's in the vicinity.
Quite a disgusting fellow.
It's quite a unique individual.
I ask Nephis where we are then.
Having my map still out, I point out to the northeast side of Nicaea.
I relay
believe we're
that
right here.
information to Amithray. We have arrived on the northeast side of the isle in 25 words or less.
Sent on iPhone.
Sit down my iPhone. She informs you that the castle is north of Confluentia, here, in 25 words or less.
Oh, so Confluentia is like probably like part of the siege. That'll be fun.
Well, that's not like, that's not right outside the city or anything.
It's pretty close.
That's close.
Yeah, it is
Curve.
close.
Okay. Well,
It's like within half a day's journey, so potentially, yeah, Confluentia could be part of the conflict.
we'll be
For sure.
I don't know what is. I asked Thaddeus and his cohorts to leave a dead drop of requisite information at the Steel Horse in Confluentia. I do not know if they would have already been able to leave it. I don't know how much time has passed.
It had been at least 4 days since you sent that
Survival.
message.
Oh, sorry, yeah, never mind.
Yes, but how much time passed when we went through the portal?
That you can
Unknown.
roll survival for.
I will roll survival for.
It is,
Nephis still thinks it's the same day.
it is powerful trickery. All magic
He just
within is
boarded us.
trickery.
29. You are well aware of the fact that it is the exact same time of day as when you had disappeared, which is like early afternoon.
I relay this.
Vin gives a quizzical look to Isaac. Staring at him quizzically.
And he looks at him.
Okay, what are we
Did
doing?
I miss something? Because I could have sworn you asked.
Yes, I didn't ask.
Well, then I don't relay this. I just keep the information to myself.
Hell yeah.
Takesies, backsies.
I don't
Nephis
look
is
at
still
Isaac.
heading. Heads towards the inlet, the river mouth. The mouth of the river.
Okay.
The
It's gonna be
mouth
about
of
a
the
day's
Musquash River.
worth of travel. So by the end of today, not just by the end of today, but the end of tomorrow, you should be there.
Aye.
So yeah. Who's fuck it. You get there. Fuck it. This area has been pacified by the triad, the order, the holy good guys.
Order of the Holy Good Guys.
The order of the holy good guys, because they needed the river to do exactly what you guys are doing. And in fact, as you sorry to interrupt, but as you approach the mouth of the river, you notice that there are banners and there are like signal towers towards the mouth of the river that are flying the colors of the kingdoms of the West Marches.
Oh. Well, that's
They made it.
relieving, I suppose.
Perhaps it isn't going as poorly as it was implied.
If Amathra's cohort made me a fool, then they will certainly have that comeuppance.
I'm just saying that they have like little watchtowers, and I'm not saying that it's like, spectacularly fortified. I'm just telling you that we got 2 outposts with some flags that are on either side of the mouth of the river.
How splendid.
Yeah. You can feel free to read into it what you will. I'm just saying it's not like a huge army or anything. It's just 2 outposts.
Nephis proceeds with caution.
Vin responds
ship
to
with caution.
Carlos in the way that I responded.
Okay. As I had stated, it is the end of the day. So as you're entering the river, it is dusk. The sun has set, or the sun is setting.
Oh, then I might have
stand
the
on
ship
the-
anchor.
You can keep the sheep at anchor. Okay.
Anchor at the mouth. I don't want to navigate the river.
I can see just
Okay.
fine, Captain Nephis.
I can lend you some night vision.
The actions I said I made, I am in the act of making and have made them. If your characters want to approach Nephis and talk, then yes.
I say what I said.
All right.
I offer to give him some night vision aid if he wants to continue.
Perhaps it could give us a night of rest. Be prepared for anything.
Would be good to be well rested. Who knows when we'll get the luxury again.
That's true.
How many miles to Confluentia, or how many days of travel?
Half a day.
On foot?
No, sorry. Hang on. Take a look at this river here. If you're at the mouth of the river, if you leave in the morning, like when the sun rises, you'll be in Confluentia by noon.
Ooh.
So how long is that? Half a day?
Half a day
By boat.
by boat.
What about by foot?
Like fucking 2 days. Yeah, let me double check and sincerely tell you. Let me just check and see what.
No.
It will take longer. Just generally, it will take longer.
No.
Feet rough, water smooth.
No.
Ah.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, Carlos.
Okay, well, so you're taking a watch at night. So who's watching over the night while you're resting at the mouth of the river?
I don't know if I'm getting off the ship and walking myself yet.
Oh, okay, you're waiting for me.
Motherfucker.
No.
I'm just double checking to look at what the daily travel rate on foot is versus the rate of travel by sail. That's all I'm checking. And so I would give you an answer based on the difference between those two things.
But it's upstream.
The boat cares more about wind than it cares about the stream.
No.
Okay, it will take you twice as long, so a whole day.
That seems fair.
Hey, doesn't he
Okay.
have a horse?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. How long on horse?
You can travel 30 miles a day on horseback
Your horse is gonna have to
while
jump off the
pushing
ship.
your horse. I mean, yeah,
Horse
he is
gonna
true.
have to walk the poop deck.
Your horse is a good swimmer.
I can dimension
Just
door
all-
my horse. Shut up.
Oh. They first gaped the ship. Now he's going to gape his.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nephis sleeps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sailing ship is a infinitely, well, not infinitely. So you can go 30 miles a day fast on horseback. A ship can sail 120 miles in a day. So take that as you will.
I,
It will take you like at least 2 days.
how is
I'm
using
gonna
a
say-
horse longer than walking?
It's not long. Fucking. I was in the middle of looking it up because you actually cared, and I care about giving you the right answer. And I finally found the information because I was looking it up, and I found it, and I gave you the answer based on the information I was looking up.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying my best.
As long as you're trying your best.
It said a lot of sarcasm in that comment.
It's because he's a flyboy. He's in the fucking Air Force. All he
Okay.
knows is being
Can
pretentious, bitch
can
ass.
we progress with the story?
Yes.
How? Okay. Okay, I go to sleep.
No, do you want to do something or not? I'm
I
not
wanna
trying
know
to
how
discourage
long
you.
it'll take on
2 days.
horseback. Oh,
2 days.
but it'll take a half day to walk.
No, it'll take like
Okay.
4 days to
All right,
walk.
then I sleep. I offer 4 hours of watch.
Okay.
Carlos will watch for 2 hours.
Nephis will sleep.
Vin looks restless while he's on watch.
My wife.
Okay. Chill, roll perception.
$17.
There's a flight of gargoyles that is patrolling the coast.
How close to us?
They're about 250 feet away. They're within your sight range of night watch.
I turn off the lanterns if they're on above deck, and I keep watch for the moment. If they look like they spot us, I will alert the others.
How splendid.
How splendid. Oh, gargoyles can't see very good. Okay. They continue patrolling and they don't seem to notice the ship.
Alright, I relay this whenever or whoever comes and takes my watch after.
Which is gonna be Carlos.
There be gargoyles afoot.
Keep an eye out.
Oh, man.
It's fucking hot. Yes, they dissipate. And the morning comes.
Hell yeah.
It's on you guys now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
sure.
the morning comes. It's you.
Waking up, I go above deck.
Vin is
And
hovering
meet who-
over Nephis when he wakes up.
What's the matter, Vin? Everything okay?
We must hurry.
Aye. Why are you standing over me?
I wanted to be ready when I wanted to be ready when you woke. Where is my
Aye.
phone?
Do you have a
Who's this?
pager?
No.
Yes. A future pager.
Future
It's
pager.
It
a
has a
phone.
screen on it.
Oh. It's your secret drug smuggling phone.
Nephis
sorry.
is above deck and begins pulling the anchor up.
All right.
Carlos
Pull the
helps.
anchor up.
I get behind the helm and start maneuvering the ship towards the mouth.
Okay. Well,
The mouth.
sorry. I just wanted to make sure that there's nobody gonna do something.
Vin gets
When
in
the
the
sun
crow's
rises.
nest.
Crazy, like
I
then.
check
So
on
it'll-
Khutula and drop the anchor on her.
The
on her.
anchor on her.
Amazing.
I cast Sending to Amethray and ask where she is.
They're maintaining the siege.
On the castle?
Yeah,
At here.
at there. Yeah,
Okay.
she's still there. She's maintaining the siege.
Okay.
She's there. Yeah. So by mid-morning, you are there.
Where?
There.
At
The bend in the river closest
Okay.
to
Bend in the river
castle.
closest to the castle. You do notice that there are some boats that are like docked at a very temporary, not very temporary in terms of shitty construction, but a temporary pier. And there are guys offloading supplies.
They look human?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It is the ships themselves are ambiguous, but the guys, they are human. But they're wearing like civilian / sailor dress.
I look at the crew and say, does anyone see markings on them?
Spyglass.
I'm in the crow's nest. I don't know what I see.
Anyone who wants to look can look.
Roll
Nephis does not
perception.
look, because he's the
Yes, sir.
Am I in direct sunlight?
No, sir.
The clouds, remember?
I rolled an
Vampire
unnatural
Isle.
20. Oh yeah, right.
These are Tarvian logisticians that are offloading riverboats full of supplies. Or not riverboats, but just like merchant ships full of supplies. You can tell they are Tarvian because even though they are wearing generic civilian clothing, you can just tell. Because you're really eagle-eyed and sharp, and you see the color of their skin and their faces and all that.
Ooh,
And you also
angles.
see like one or two of them have insignia that are related to the Tarbian legions.
Very well, we shall disembark.
What?
What?
I shall disembark.
Okay.
Okay,
do you relay the information to Nephis?
I
Or
cast
no?
Sending to Amethray and ask her how urgently she needs help.
Basically, she basically says like come when you can. They don't need help right now, but they're just generally low on manpower and they need help.
If she
In
says
25
come
or
when you can,
less.
I'm leaving right now.
Come when it's like come when you're ready. I don't know. Like she wants you to show up, but it's not like a this minute emergency, basically. In 25 words or less. I don't know how to explain that, but Vin can interpret this as whenever you can.
I know.
But the response is come when you are able.
Well, I guess I'm going. I'm able.
Not really getting much feedback from the crew. Nephis continues the ship upriver.
Just hold on. Let's get some. Isaac, what do you have in mind? What's your thoughts on this? Let's get some feedback from the crew. Khutula is sick. Isaac, Carlos.
Yes, for markings on the dudes, right? I would relay whatever I saw with my 28.
No, well, I mean, not just in regards to the dudes, but that is a good thing to note. Do you want to get off here, or do you want to continue to Confluentia, is the opinions that's being asked of.
Is there any benefit from getting off here?
We need to go to.
Where are we? Are we at the bend? Or what?
Yes, we are at the bend of the river. That's where the Tarvian sailors were spotted offloading supplies at the bend of the river to a makeshift pier.
I mean, it's closer to the target location, but didn't we have a intel drop that we were going for in Confluentia?
Yes. I mean, supposedly that was like we sent that like less than a week ago for that to happen. And then you teleported us. So I don't know if it's here yet.
Well,
what's here? Sorry.
I will
drop.
abstain. I will let the rest of the party decide.
That dead drop. No. That
drives the boat off the road.
that information that you got is like a week old in terms of the dead drop announcement. So use that as it will.
Wait, what dead drop announcement?
When you were informed that the information that you need is going to be held in a... Fuck. That message was sent at least a week ago.
Yes.
So
From
you were
people
informed
on the mainland. Okay, whatever.
From Thaddeus relaying from his contacts. You can interpret the message like... Anyways.
About a week ago.
All right, I'm not stupid, but Vin is preparing to disembark.
There's a huge fucking disconnect here from like what my character knows and what Devon knows, so I'm just gonna keep heading upstream.
I just let the party decide if they want to get off here or if they want to head to Confluentia.
Is the boat within 500 feet of the shore?
Yes.
Takes his horse and dimension doors.
Is Vin letting anyone know what he's up to?
No.
What the fuck?
I said
Vin
I'm
doing
making
Vin things.
preparations to disembark.
But I'm assuming your horse is like below deck, or did you somehow get it up?
He's packing up his stuff and he's getting ready to leave.
I've just not had an opportunity to be like, hey, why are we getting off here? It's just like, okay, this is what my character is going to be doing. And it's just like, okay,
Yes.
Nephis doesn't know this. And then
You guys have this opportunity now. Sorry, I was
everyone
trying to
else
give you
has
that
the
opportunity.
to.
Nephis, you have that opportunity as well.
I also said I will disembark here. I said that. Vin said
I'm
that.
not sure if that's okay. Vin said that.
Why
are we?
It's in the recording.
What happened to the contact at Confluentia? The dead drop, he said.
I don't know if they've prepared it yet, or even if we have contacts from the Thieves Guild here yet.
Shouldn't we check then?
I'll leave that up to you, Mr. Carlos. My wife,
Whoa.
Amethra,
What
has
is
just
going
informed
on?
me to find her. I will do so.
Well, if the dead drop isn't as important, we suppose we could disembark here.
I don't know if they could have prepared all that information, gathered the information, prepared it, and then dropped it within a week. Which is, I guess, what I should have said.
Understood. Then we can we can disembark here. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm autistic.
Okay,
Didn't
so
it
you
take,
guys
like,
disembark.
Whatever.
You dock the ship. You get off at the makeshift pier. The Tarvians still seem to question you guys, as you don't exactly look like you're people who are aligned with the enemy. And you are allowed to proceed up this mud road towards the siege camp.
I get my horse.
He gets his.
I get my horse.
I always get my horse.
I walk.
Okay.
Guess I wasn't allowed to take my lizard.
You guys make your way up the up from the river towards towards the main siege camp, where you see flags and banners and tents of all different members of the of this alliance. Make your way, or at least Vinshenzo is going to make his way to where the Drow and House Cairona banners eventually are found. And as he enters the proximity of this section of the camp, the Drow soldiers that are there in attendance, they begin to they hail him and greet him as he arrives. Is everybody following Vin, or are you guys going to disperse to other areas? There's members of the West Marches. There's flags of.
I follow Vin.
I'm a find my triad buddies.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
following them.
Well, the triad is here as well, including dwarves and a few other banners. Anyway.
I try to navigate to my wife.
All right. So, Isaac, you make your way to the Triad, and you find them quite easily. In fact, you find Anton, who's there at the siege camp. Vinshenzo, you make it to the command, sort of the command tent / noble tent of your wife in the Cairona camp. And your wife is there. She has two of her aides are beside her, sort of looking at a map of the castle and speaking about, well, just speaking amongst themselves, really. Can we just get rid of the boat stuff really quick?
Oh.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, give
I
me
look
that.
to both of the aides and then my wife.
Overdicus. Overdicus.
Oh, I thought I could make this bigger. I guess not.
You can. I believe, did I leave it in the description? No, I didn't. You'll have to use the gizmo.
Gizmo.
Oh, I'm always talking about that little thing.
Scale.
That gizmo, you know?
Little thing.
So I just use X3. Oh, good lord.
Oh, now you got to do it the other way.
Yeah.
There you
30.
go.
Mama.
Let's try. Oh, not that.
Man.
This isn't Drain or Manor anymore.
It's not the same place anyways.
This is West Ardoon.
This is West Ardoon.
West Ardoon.
Hang on a second. I'd like to project a square grid onto this because I think that matters.
Okay, we'll
persistent
change
grid
the hex
protection.
to the grid. Yeah.
What is it resting on now? Oh, Carlos's die?
What the hell?
Sorry, here I'll gizmo it back to a.
Yeah, let's move these guys.
No, my dies.
Yeah, let's move all these.
Oh, you mixed them up.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
look at these. Look at these. Don't look at your dice that are still there. Look at these.
You mixed them up.
Those were his special dice. Oh.
Okay, there we go. We have our. I fucked up. I think I should have made this a lot bigger than it is. But anyways, this is the scale that we're gonna use. This is the castle. This is a vampire castle that is looming in the distance.
Oh.
There. So anyways, this is the map, and they're planning over. And when she raises her head, does see who's entering the tent. She sees you, and she comes over and she gives you a big hug and a smooch on the cheek.
Can we RP this? I'm sorry.
No, that's it. That's all you get.
Okay. Okay,
Then hates it.
I say I came. I do. I came as soon as I came as soon as I could.
She says, oh, Vinshenzo, I'm so happy you have arrived. Though, have you brought much help, or is it just your comrades and you?
This bitch.
I said.
No, she's not. Sorry, she's not saying it in a demeaning way. She's like asking you, like, "Hey, you said you brought help. Who'd you bring?"
We are 5 strong, the Nissan vagabonds.
And she strokes your cheek and she says, "Perhaps this is another story that you shall sing once this is all over." And she gives you another hug and then turns back to the map.
Hates it.
I just want to reiterate that she's like the anti-Vinshenzo. Like, she's all business and very vengeful.
Yeah,
Okay.
but shit's going on.
Soft spot.
Like, at the same time, like, Vinshenzo is also like her rock in a certain sense. Like,
Yes.
you know, like Vinshenzo provides that extra bit that she needs out of life, and
Right.
has so recognizing how out of place this is, because I haven't 100% forgotten what I'm doing.
Okay.
Take that as you will, Vinshenzo,
Okay.
about your wife.
Cairona.
You know.
Vin asks himself inside his mind, why am I the only one who's pissed off right now?
Okay, well, everybody aside from Isaac has been allowed to walk into the tent, seeing as, you know, you guys are hanging around with the same guys who hanged around with you the whole way from the mountains to the that first siege. So you guys are able to pass through.
Into his belt. Nephis talks to the women.
The women. Well, they talk right back.
Oh, they're not on their fucking periods. Nice. What's the situation? We're called all the way from Rogeron. Sounded urgent.
Two women who are dressed in full plate. Their hair is back in dreadlocks. Female drow. It's like plaited back so that it fits under a battle helmet kind of thing. Just Imagine that. Anyways,
Amazing.
so they look at you and they say, these vampires, they're unholy enough as it is, but they seem to have struck a deal with darker powers. This magic and these alliances they formed there from unholy and dark places. One of them spits on the ground and says, not a place for civilized folk.
Certainly.
That's to Nephis.
He nods his head and looks to the others. So orcs, demons, and vampires.
One of the female drow, like standing right behind you, leans in a little bit closer than is necessary to Nephis's like shoulder, and says, "Don't forget about the dark sorcerers and their cults." And then leans back again.
I think he likes Nephis.
Excellent.
You little snack.
Well,
What problem needs to be
Can we
solved,
RP
my
this?
love?
So she tells you that that ever since the shield was raised, and she like points out of the tent, and you can see a big fucking magical bubble around the castle. It's beyond this. It's beyond the radius of this battle map. So essentially, the whole map is encompassed within the shield. So it's a big thing that's surrounding the valley that this fortress is within. And she says it's impenetrable. And ever since they had erected this barrier, we've been getting incredible feedback. Our wizards are going crazy. Any magical instruments or devices have been corrupted almost. They've gone haywire. I don't know what they're doing in there, but it's not good. We're trying to find a way to break in, but so far we've been unsuccessful. We've been trying to destroy this barrier for a week. And she like pounds the table as she says that, and two of the other captains kind of like spook off a little bit.
My dear, you're just not thinking creatively enough.
She
Vin
fucking
mounts his horse.
She spins on you with fucking eyes of dagger and says, "You have not been here!"
Vin smiles as he walks to his horse and gives her a wink.
Okay.
Blessings of Timora upon me.
You just leave her fucking like fuming.
Vin has dealt with this woman for a long time.
It's true.
I mount my horse.
He mounts his horse
In front of his wife.
in front. Shit. Okay.
Where is the barrier?
Just gonna skippity duke over to Isaac because he decided he went to look on the triad. As I mentioned, Anton is there, as well as the other Griffin riders. They're about the camp. Like a lot of the familiar faces that you knew are there. Some aren't, as is natural in war. They're looking haggard. They're looking worn out. They're looking a little bit thin. You can definitely tell that there's not quite, well, there's nowhere near as many triad members as had departed from the Great Mountain Halls, but at the same time, they've been joined by other kin, boasting the holy symbols of orders that were not present at the cauldron or at the monastery. Sorry, not the cauldron, the volcano.
Well, I pull out a bottle of brandy and raise a toast to the fallen, I guess.
There's a good like heartfelt response as it's a bunch of guys who are drinking their own poisons, raise a glass as well. Anton comes over and he shakes your hand. He says, "It's good to see you again. Is everybody alive? How's Khutula?"
They're all great. Well, mostly great. Recent news in Rogeron has left Carlos quite down.
Anton asks what happened.
I inform him about the Thieves Guild being wiped out.
He appears quite sad about this, and he says he will try to visit Carlos and give him some words of comfort. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to ask of them, or anything you want to do around the Campa dudes?
And just get an update on what's happened since we parted ways.
All right. So if we go zooming on over to the world map here. So the big ass siege, which you guys had managed to circumvent, ended up getting over quite quick with the help of the Tarvian legions, of which there were 2 inside the fortress, combining with the Alliance forces. They sallied out and at the same time just pincered the fuck out of the vampire forces and crushed them entirely. Upon that, more forces from the West Marches has convened, and they had landed at several points along the southeast and the southeast, and north coasts. Were invaded simultaneously between the Tarvian Alliance and then West March's troops. There was a pretty hard fight, and given the unholy nature of the enemy that they were fighting, there was a lot of casualties. And there was also a lot of treasons from within the ranks, as parties had begun to conduct sabotage, either from hidden agents the whole time, or from men who were driven crazy by the conditions of which they were fighting. Eventually, they were able to beat back the unholy forces to this fortress that is now sort of in the backdrop of the siege camp. And he says that this is the strongest source of their power is here on the island, and ever since they got here, it's just become more and more just difficult to bear. So yeah, that's the info you get from them.
Yeah.
Sort of the Cliff Notes version of the fighting.
All right. Well, that's about what I had for questions.
All right, let's zoom back to the tent party, which is Carlos, Vin, and Nephis.
And one sick Khutula.
Yes. Oh, did you drag Khutula with you, or did you let her stay on the ship?
Shrug.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say she's still on the ship unless you guys have a direct reason to have her there.
It must suffer.
Because she's like bedridden, sick.
Suffer.
That egg yolk moon pie.
Yeah, something like that.
I think they've gone bad.
Seeing that Vin is mounting his horse again, Nephis, I guess, approaches and gets on to his sled. Back to
Carlos.
the ship, Vin, or do you? Where do you plan on heading?
I say to Nephis, Vin says to Nephis, I will take care of this blasted magical trickery.
Oh.
It's a little
Man of action, I see.
It's a little scam I've been cooking for quite some time. Vin rides off towards the castle.
Okay, the castle
By
is to
yourself?
your north.
Let us accompany you.
I'll allow the party
Carlos!
to choose what they do in
Vin's running
response to
towards
this.
the castle.
Carlos jumps onto the sled with Nephis. We can't let him go alone.
Isaac remains with the Triad dudes and Anton because no one has told him otherwise.
We haven't.
You would have seen Vin ride off north, because he goes past the Triad lines.
If
Or
Remain with the
decide how
dudes
you
because
do
no
that.
one told me otherwise. I don't know what the fuck
Bullshit.
he's doing.
if
Don't get a chance to tell you fucking shit if it's them reacting.
Carlos, if Carlos sees Isaac as they like go past the camp or whatever, he'd like try to wave him over.
Isaac, what do you do?
He'd yell, Vin is up to shenanigans again.
I skid my horse to a stop and tell the others to wait until the shield falls. No. Can't
Grab
come
my
with
shit
me,
and get ready and
unfortunately.
head to the sled.
Head to the sled. All right. So we got sled team 6, and we got
Oh, yeah.
fucking.
From
Yeah?
this camp, before we move any further, and after what Vin just said, how close are we to the barrier?
Imagine, if you will, on the battle map. I know this is going to be a longer answer than before, but imagine, if you will, on the battle map, the barrier effectively just surrounds the outside of the squares that are presented on this.
How close
You guys
is the
are.
camp?
Yeah. I said longer answer than you expect. It
Okay.
is like 10 minutes of combat pace worth of time, like 10 minutes of actual time to get to the barrier.
Okay. I tell Vin, well, shouldn't we prepare the army and at least be close to the barrier if it falls? How long will it stay down?
Vin shrugs. It will fall.
And we will follow.
Aye.
We stick together.
Okay, then I come back.
Oh. We meet
Devon, like-
halfway.
Aww.
I can't. Okay. All right, never mind.
Do it.
I come back. I say, all right. I guess my mind wasn't in the right place.
What do you mean? So,
I'll wait.
Thought you had
I'll be out here with the rest of the troops.
I mean, with at least us, Vin. If you're planning on something, we should stay together as a team,
Yes.
like a crew.
I think you're right, Captain Nephis.
What plan did you have? You were eager.
It's just a little scam that I've cooked up.
Carlos is interested.
Just like the old days of my youth that I am still in.
I'm still in.
So,
Yes, well, what is it?
I'm only 100
yeah,
years old.
what is the plan?
It's nothing. It was stupid. We should get
Oh my
some
God.
rest.
Vin, are you trying
Cold
to
ass
get
for
rid of us?
nothing.
Why would I try to get rid of you, Carlos? You were my favorite member of the Nisian Vagabonds before you...
Because you're worried that we'll get hurt if we follow you or something like that. So you're playing this off as, oh, I was being rash. Never mind, let's go back. And then when we're not looking, you're gonna run off and do whatever you're planning to do.
Clever, Carlos. That's exactly what I was planning.
How about we just cut out the middleman and let's all go together?
The scam doesn't work that way, Carlos.
Well, why not? At least give us some information, some assurance that you'll be alright.
The Dream Scroll.
What does that do?
I saw the vampire.
What do you mean?
Vin goes
What
silent.
scroll?
You saw the vampire? When? How?
What scroll?
From the dwarves. The dwarf scroll. It was actually a rock. It wasn't a scroll at all.
A magical rock. So your plan hinges all upon a magical rock, Vin. And leaving us behind.
The rock is already gone. It's been used. I'll
What did the rock do?
We'll try your plan.
Our plan was to go with you for your plan.
We'll try Amethra's plan first.
I don't think she
Just
has
like
a plan, Vin. She's
I was
been
about to say that.
beating her head against this barrier for the better part of a week. Didn't you hear? She's at her wit's end. She even snapped at you.
I'm sure she's normally like that.
She has
Well,
a way of
Drows.
doing that.
Drow
She meant
women.
nothing by it, Mr. Carlos.
Vin, are you sure that your plan alone is the only way you can get the barrier down?
Vin shrugs. It's a plan. Perhaps we could come up with a better one, Mr. Carlos. Something
Well,
that
if
you
you-
could stomach a little easier.
Well, if you at least let us in on your plan, we could maybe analyze it.
It's just a simple scam. A little bit of trickery.
And you want to do this without me?
Points fingers together.
Because all of our time in Vales mean nothing.
We've spent more time than just veils, Mr. Carlos.
Yes, we got up to quite a bit of shenanigans there compared to other places.
You're in... Yes. I would never leave
Get off
you
the sled and
behind.
start walking back.
Who, me?
When you have a plan, let me know.
He has a plan, but he won't let us know.
We'll come up with a better plan that involves everyone. I apologize.
No. Do your plan. Go ahead.
No. You're right, I was foolish.
You're just going to sneak off anyway, so you might as well just go now. So we at least know when you've left.
Vin walks his horse around in a circle. Okay.
Isn't that right, Mr. Nephis? We'll
I'm
let him do
back.
his thing.
This is the payment I get for having my ship magically teleport all the way over here. Vague answers.
We
Nephis
will
takes
come
his
up with a
sled and
better
immediately
plan.
starts going back towards his ship away from the camp.
I trust you'll let us know if you get into trouble, Vin. Carlos would call out from the back of the sled.
I'll come back with you. We'll come up with a
Sure.
better plan.
Sure you will.
Okay.
Nephis with furrowed brow does not look back and just heads towards the Titanic, the wide horizons.
Okay. Isaac, what are you up to?
Hold on a minute.
I go back to Anton and the Triad dudes.
Okay.
I
Carlos, what are you
swear,
up
I'm talking to Nephis.
to? Okay.
I swear, Mr. Nephis, I feel like sometimes his flair for the dramatic gets in the way of his... gets in the way of himself. I'm sure he had some plan to do some kind of dramatic gesture or whatever and bring down the barrier while playing his lute and slow falling down off the castle or something.
Hell yeah.
I would expect nothing less.
I would expect nothing less either. We never seem to communicate as a crew.
Well, some of us do.
Yeah. Would that be you?
Well, more than others. Have you ever withheld information from me, Mr. Nephis?
Yes.
Shut up, you're not
Wouldn't
here.
put it past you.
But I've certainly never acted like Vin. At least give me that.
Nobody acts like Vin.
Yes.
Oh, I go back to Amateur. Okay.
Yeah. Carlos is with Nephis.
Yes.
And Isaac went back to the Triad. The Triad guys are just waiting for their orders, the next orders to do whatever.
We're here at least. I'll be with my ship. Things go south. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for myself.
Carlos, having nothing better to do, also heads back to the ship.
Hell yeah.
Quietly counting down
What's
the
going on?
minutes until he expects Vin to disappear.
I disappeared. I'm not with you.
Exactly.
I'm at Amathray.
Amathray.
That's the sled being drugged and the hooves a clapping.
It's like white noise. I could fall asleep to it.
Oh, it's getting that part of the day where the sun's beating down on the side of my room. I'm sweating balls over here.
Sucks, dude.
It's like I'm swimming.
Fucking hell. Okay, sorry. One mic decided to shit his pants.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Trying to talk, it was not working. Anyways, hello. Okay, you said you disappear?
I don't disappear.
into the tent.
I go to Amathray's tent. I've disappeared from Carlos and Nephis because they're going away
And
from
we
the
have
tent.
disappeared.
Okay.
Does that work? Okay, that works better.
Hello.
Fucking hell.
From his perspective, we've disappeared, actually.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to describe their side of the story first?
What?
About where you're going, what you're doing, what's happening with the world as it progresses before you.
I make my way to the ship. Upon
Okay.
reaching the ship, I go to the ship, and I get onto the ship. I greet
Awesome.
Khutula, and then I sit on the ship.
She's sick. Carlos, you're going with him.
Yeah.
Vinshenzo, what are you up to? You're at your wife's tent.
I plan
She's there.
to assist Amathrey in any way that she needs.
Okay. Well,
I'm
she
sub.
she asks you to just like basically sit back. Like, oh, that's nice, dear. But I don't really need anything from you right now. You know, like, why don't you?
Wow,
Why
fucking
didn't she-
amazing.
She's in the middle of planning a meeting. She's
Okay.
like trying to fucking.
No, we just ripped a hole in space-time, to get over here.
She
No.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you finish what you're doing.
Yeah, that's your wife.
I provide hospice to Khutula.
Okay. She's just sleeping. She's just sleeping it off. She's got a fucking
I piss
She's
on
sick.
Khutula.
Whoa.
Looks like
amazing.
you pissed yourself at night.
In fact, as you guys have drawn closer to the like castle going up the river, she was getting sicker and sicker. But now that she's just sitting there, she's not getting worse. She's just the same level of sick.
Ah, poor Khutula.
Poor Khutula. Okay, anyways, alright, after your wife's like general captain super meeting, She like comes over to you, Vinshenzo, and she crashes down on the nearest sitting surface. She has like a little those like love seats, but anyways, the one that you can lie on that only has the one arm. She settles down on one of those, and she looks at you. She says, "This barrier, it is impenetrable. I wish we could find a way around it or through it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this vampire is on his last legs. If only we could get beyond that, we would have the day for sure." And she looks at you, and she says, "What would you do if you had to get in there?"
Vin sits down on the desk, I guess, or table or whatever,
Yeah.
and shrugs.
She says,
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't get it.
Never mind. There's
So
nothing. There's nothing that I could come up with that would rival your plans.
She props up and like looks at you with interest, and she said, "I've spent over a week with the brightest minds of this alliance trying to crack that fortress with magical experts and all sorts of different marvels of technology and wizardry. At this point in time, we have no interesting ideas. Tell me what you would think."
Vin shrugs.
Well, okay. Well, she turns away, and a little bit defeated look in her eyes, and says, "Well, perhaps we'll find something new tomorrow."
Are people like dying?
Well, it's not like the easy answer is like no, they're not like getting slaughtered by the dozens, but as long as the castle is there, the vampires are there, and they're fucking around. They're not just letting these guys alone. Like, they're being raided. It's a siege, right? Like, there's still stuff going on. There's battles being fought in and around the area. Because they can safely move, like, they're safe behind that wall or that barrier, which means they can mess around and do stuff. So yeah, they're not having a good time.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys sort of like proceeded with this awesome like intent to go do something, and then immediately like faded back. So
Yes.
at this point in time, it's on your sort of initiative to move forwards here. I mean,
Nephis is broken down.
There's nothing I
You
can
wait on this
do.
ship.
I just mean like in general. I don't mean like at this very moment in time. I mean, I can play it minute by minute as long as we want.
I'll sit around and wait for Amathray to tell me something to do, or wait for the party to come and talk about a plan. Vin respects the party and we'll construct a plan cooperatively with them.
Okay.
He
What does the
respects
party
you.
want to do?
They're not here.
I'm asking them, because I
Okay.
transcend places and times.
Hell yeah.
Nephis's intent is to not contribute to planning. He is upset that he's traveled this far to be thrown around and have the plan changed so many times. He is done making plans, and he is waiting for other people to tell him what to do. So he sits up on his ship, cross-legged, comforting
Cool.
Khutula, and just passing his time.
Khutula is suffering. She is not having a good time.
I feel so bad for Khutula. Perhaps it would have been better to just take the couple months.
She whimpers softly in her state of fever, her feverish state. That's the words.
Don't let Anton see her like that.
Speaking of Anton, Isaac, what are you up to?
Anton bursts through the door. Khutula!
Up, hanging out with Anton and the Triad and wondering if maybe Gotrek would have a way through that barrier.
Gotrek is actually here at the camp.
Oh.
His meat is perched around, well, a safe distance away from.
In that case, I will go and ask him if he knows a way one could get through the barrier.
Gotrek is, in fact, speaking with. So he's in the Triad camp, and he happens to be speaking like in the. Sorry, I'm tripping over myself. He's in the main command tent of the Triad. And as you walk into this main command tent to speak with him, I would like you to roll me, I believe it is a wisdom saving throw that I made happen last time.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Woo.
Oh,
There is an angel present in this command tent. An angel, a divine, like
Total
the entirety
22.
of it, like full on. Anyways, whatever steely resolve that you demonstrate as you walk into this room, the sheer magnificence of this celestial being fails to affect you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, whatever. I'm here to speak to Gotrek.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, fucking angel of God. Whatever. I'm gonna go talk to my buddy. Fucking like whatever.
Unless you're a servant of Boldray, don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, the two of them are having a chat, so you're gonna end up walking up to them anyways. The two of them are just sitting there having a chat. And when you approach the vicinity, Gotrek turns around and looks at you and says, "Ah, Isaac! It's good that you have arrived. I was wondering how long it would take for you to get here on that little boat of yours."
Well,
And he,
longer than I'd have liked, but
He elbow nudges like the angel standing at this point in time beside him, and he says, "This is my friend Isaac. I knew him since he was a little boy, and I gotta tell you, he's a fighter. He's one of them special ones you keep an eye out on. Smells good too. Isaac, this is my friend, a friend of mine from before. Well, anyways, a friend of mine. And he and I were trying to figure out how we can best help these wandering wussies. Can't even get them away past a magical barrier. Can you believe it, Isaac? Can you believe how juvenile they are?"
Well, can Isaac believe it?
God, Gottrik's fucking weird.
So yeah, the angel who turns to you and says, "Hello."
Greeting.
No, it doesn't actually say that. I'm just stalling. I was walking around. Anyways, yeah, the angel turns to you and says that this army is not equipped to handle such powerful magics, and unfortunately, they have come up short on ways to defeat this barrier. We need someone to get in there and disable it or destroy whatever the source of this barrier is. That way we can go in and cleanse this island of the vampires that are causing all of this chaos and torment," says the guy whose name is
So somehow
Zuriel the angel.
So somehow one person or a small group of people have to infiltrate this supposedly impenetrable barrier and destroy it from the inside.
As after you say the words impenetrable barrier, Gotrek himself just starts fucking cackling. He's just, impenetrable? No. That's like it's like a shield. It's like keeps you safe from arrows and rocks and stones and all that other pesky shit that cowards like to throw when they can't reach you man to man. It's nothing complicated, but all they want to do is throw sticks and stones, Isaac. They don't understand. Beating a shield like that, you just gotta step into the mist, embrace the void. Shields don't protect against that. No, after that it's down to blades and might work.
What he's saying is you can walk through the shield, if I'm understanding him correctly.
Telling you that it's to protect against projectiles and things coming at it. So it's a physical barrier, effectively, a magically generated physical barrier. I don't know, fucking. You know what? I'm not going to interpret Gottrek's words for you. He's fucking crazy.
He's
You
fucking
can figure it
crazy.
out.
I am attempting to decipher the crazy.
Isaac can decipher it however he needs. It's Isaac.
Do they have a map in here of the castle?
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
Do they have a map of like the castle or?
The map that you see before you is the map that you have been made aware of. It is a map that is shared amongst the Alliance for the purposes of this.
I would like to inspect the map and see if there's any way there other than the fucking bridge.
Okay, so the mountain faces that you see around this old fort, and it really is an old fort based on the maps and based on what you can see from it. They've been purposefully carved away, so they've been turned into sort of a defensive feature. They're not sheer drops, but they're pretty close. And instead of having nice smooth surfaces, it's all like jagged fucking like chunks out of the ground where people were carving it away. So it's just generally not a friendly place to be for an army. Like all this is set up for defenses against an army. These towers reference the map. Like these sections of the wall here, as you can see, are pretty fucking close to the rock walls. And here. So, there's not a whole lot of open ground between it and the wall.
They tried sending in an infiltration party?
The army doesn't have they have a lot of really good physical prowess, but they've lost a lot of their experienced troops and their like specialists. So just the sheer battle of getting here has cost them a lot in terms of resources.
So basically they need a team of elites to battle their way in or sneak their way in.
Basically, they ran out of elites. And the few that are left, like, it's one of those, we would really like to go and commit to this, but we need these guys for the final fight because of how fucking crazy, like, the fighting is. In your conversations with Anton, like, you're aware that the reason that it seems to Anton at least that the reason that the army got this far was due to the actions of heroes. There's been a lot of crazy crap. It's not been a war like anybody else has ever seen. It's been hellish. And they lost a lot of good guys. They don't have any good guys left. So, yeah. Okay.
Well, the only plan I can come up with is having a small party sneak in, and whether that's from the bridge or aerial insertion, magical aid, I don't know. That seems like the only way we're gonna be able to do anything here, other than getting massive amounts of reinforcements.
Gotrek winks and taps at his amulet, and he says, "You know I can get in places. You know I can do that. I can get anyone in places. We just don't have any more big fish, any more big brains, any of that kind of sort left. It's all meager cowards and kindling.
Well,
Nothing good to set a fire."
I'm willing to go in there, but I doubt I'd be able to accomplish this alone.
Go find your friends. Take them with you. They seem reasonable. Up to the task, perhaps?
Yeah, I'll gather them and see if I can convince them.
Fucking Gotrek slaps the angel on the shoulder once again and says, "See? He's a go-getter. He's one to watch. He's a real meat-eater."
Oh my.
Well, I would leave them alone, and I would go find the others and let them know what I find out and
Well,
what
through
the
your
idea
searching,
is.
You're aware that Vin is hanging out at his wife's tent. He is the closest one to you. He is.
Would go
his
to him
wife has
first.
asked if you guys are able to, like, when she says, "Are you capable?" She's asking, like, "Can you try this, please? Like, are you able to do this?"
Who
It's
am
not-
I am willing to
me?
do this.
Sorry, she's asking her husband about that. That was the tone of voice she conveyed was like, "Can you do this for me?
Yes, Vin, can you do this for her?
Can you and your vagabonds like do this job for her?"
Vin shrugs and says, "With trickery, I can only bring one person with me. Otherwise, we'd get slaughtered crossing the bridge."
I would interject and say
I was gonna
Gotrek
say-
can get us in.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
Yeah, conveniently Isaac comes into the tent at the same time as you talking about another person. I'll allow you two to do that from there. I'm aware that we're 9:59. We'll go a minute or two over, at least to develop a plan for next week.
Oh.
Well, if I arrive as she's asking, or do I arrive as
Yeah.
she's saying this?
Yeah, you
Like, what
walk in
point?
as he responded in the way that he did, saying like, "Oh, I could maybe get him and another person," or whatever Finn said. I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
would fill
interrupted
him in
me,
on
so-
my conversation with Gotrek and his ability to get us all in, assuming more than just me would go.
Sure, I don't know where the others went. They went back towards the ship, I suppose.
Well, if you want to wait here, I can go gather them.
Yes.
Okay. Nephis is having a nap, but he will I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Nephis having that. So Carlos, you're the only one that's actively going to contribute for this. terms of boat guy. We
Outstanding.
can leave it here if you guys want, or you guys can take a minute or two to actually like figure out what to do next. I leave that open part to you, as we are at 10 o'clock. Devon had to go to the bathroom, so he might come back, but I'm not sure.
Either way, we'd probably want to wait for him.
I would agree. That's why I'm taking the hands off the reins here and letting you guys do whatever you need to do.
I'll wait for Devon to come back, at least.
I'm sure at the meantime you can at least like brainstorm a few things. I don't know. I'm trying to encourage like creative discussion and some form of brainstorming, perhaps.
Well, I'm
Well, Isaac would find me on the boat.
It's 4 a.m. My tactical brain thinking is way out the window. But Isaac's just ready to go in and crack some fucking skulls.
Hell yeah.
He's well aware that Carlos is the infiltration expert here.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
I
just want to know what Vin is planning before.
We will never know. Actually, he was probably planning something to fake join the vampires and then turn off the spell.
If Devon gets back, then that just means Nephis walks into the tent after. But fuck, for the sake of this, like the three you guys are together in character, and you are aware that Nephis is going to show up at some point, maybe. So if you need that kind of a hook, there's your hook.
Vin shrugs.
Nephis,
Okay.
Vin, Carlos, and Isaac are looking at a map, trying to come up with a plan.
Okay, Vin, Carlos, and Isaac are looking at a map. Vin says that the plan he had before would be impossible for him to do it with so many people because you would all die crossing the bridge.
What if you try it while Gotrek gets us in the other way?
What's the other way?
Probably something like the way we got here with the boat.
Okay.
It's rather disorienting, but I guess it could work. Let's assume we get inside with Gotrik's help. What then, Vinshenzo?
What if you get sick like Khutula?
This is a good point. These walls, they're very close to the cliffs. Could we not just come down from the cliffs?
They like super steep.
I don't know. We could use... I'm sure they have rock climbing equipment, or perhaps we could use some kind of spells to slow our descent.
If we were to go that way, we would probably need something to mask us from the sentries.
Nephis is quite adept at masking our movements. Perhaps he could do that. Could do his little ash trick that he's so fond of. But it seems we have
Does that actually make us harder to see? Like, having seen this bit been done a couple of times now?
Yes.
Sorry, which spell?
Well, it increases
Pass
like
without
stealth by
trace, I
10.
think.
Pass without trace.
You are aware that you do not become invisible. I fuck it. You've seen it a couple times. You're aware of the effects of the spell as they are written in the, how it is done.
Oh.
I can't think of a good way to describe that, but yeah, you know what it does because you've seen it a few times.
Basically, my thought is, would that actually help disguise us climbing down a mountain that people are looking at?
No. So
Yes.
the way stealth works is if you are just out in the open with no actual way to hide, you can't roll stealth because you're out in the open.
So basically, you would have to move in crags and stuff and try and stay out of view.
Yeah, you would have to somehow
We would need some kind of obscurement.
Yeah, you would need to be able to hide,
Oh.
and you cannot.
What if we all climb down like very close, right? And Vin, you can create these illusions. Can you move them after they've been placed? Could you have one like just like a foot in front of us and make it look like the cliff wall, and we climb down that way?
Yes, but I would be too focused on the spell to be able to climb, Carlos.
Well, perhaps someone could carry you. Isaac seems strong.
Okay, meta-wise, concentration cells I don't think would prevent you from doing that, but if you want to roleplay that, sure. Could carry you.
You are
Okay.
generally aware that you cannot walk through this shield, otherwise they would have just done that by now.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello. You show up at Amethray's tent where we are as the entire set of characters planning how they are going to
As Vin tells you that he can't
shit.
move and cast that, move the spell and climb down a sheer rock face at the same time, he is 1000% correct. Because it takes an action to move the image.
You need two people.
Climbing would be movement.
Right, but if I need to make
Difficult movement, but movement.
if I have to make like a check to not fall off or something, then I can't move it anymore.
Nephis
Don't-
has climbing gear and pittons. I'm not sure if that'll help with the plan you guys are crafting.
We are discussing various plans. One was Gotrek magically putting us in there. The other is scaling the cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
I have climbing gear for myself. Or someone else.
Oh, right. You did say we couldn't just walk through the shield. So
Yeah,
Gotrek
it's
is
a-
going to
it's
have to magically send us in there regardless. The question is where he's going to put us.
Well, you don't have. I would like to point out, just as a general statement, like you don't have to specifically rely on only Gotrek, or you don't have to rely on. Anyways, like it's up to you how you guys use the resources at your disposal, and you can come up with whatever plan you need. Don't feel as though.
Well, at the
I don't know.
moment, the only way through the barrier that I'm aware of is Gotrek or Vinshenzo somehow convincing the vampire dude to lower it. As Gotrek claimed he could get us through, and Amethray has not been able to get anyone through.
Yes, you're also aware that like they've lost a lot of their most of their powerful everything. So they've run out of spellcasters that can do a lot of good. They've run out of that kind of shit too.
And would your
Yeah, and another thing, I do not want to cast around the barrier because they said that their spellcasters were going mad near the barrier.
that is a fair point.
Especially while climbing a cliff.
We definitely don't want you any more mad than you already are.
Yes.
Well, it seems we've come around again to almost more or less deciding that Gotrek is our only way in if casting magic around the barrier is driving people mad. We wouldn't want to put anyone at risk like that. I don't suppose the army has scrolls or something that we could use that could somehow benefit us.
The army has burned, again, they've burned through a lot of their advanced stuff getting all the way here.
Is Emethray present?
I mean, it's her tent, but
It's
she's
her
not. You guys are doing your thing, and she's in the background,
Is she basically
She could have stepped out for a moment, or
she's
be
the
doing something
DM's source of information for whenever you have a generic question.
Okay, because I was going to ask what kind of personnel they have, or what they know of the defenses within the barrier.
That's a really good question.
If they know any numbers, if they're running a lot of sentries, are there flying creatures in there?
Yes. So there are flying creatures in there. They don't have a lot of intelligence as to what's going on inside the castle or the numbers due to that shield. We'll just call it a shield because that's what it is. However, throughout the campaign, they're aware of the fact that enemy forces consist oftentimes of your basic foot troops, depending on which force you're encountering. So obviously, orcs have their own meat shields. Actually, no, they don't have any meat shields. But the vampires use a lot of undead. The cults have cultists, and they also have strange demon creatures, like beasts, unholy beasts. And then there's their mainstay troops, whether it's your fucking professional soldiers, stuff like that, your line troops, and then beasts and such like that. Big scary monsters. They're not sure what the composition of the castle garrison is because of how quickly their barrier went up. They didn't have a lot of time to probe or test or do anything. So in terms of enemy intel, there's a mix of low quality troops that are meant to distract from high quality troops, which are less common but very destructive.
Wong.
Let's move on for a moment. Vin, let's assume we managed to get inside. What then were you planning to do?
There is no we in that plan, Mr. Carlos.
Well, what were you planning to do then?
I had convinced the Archduke that I was on his side.
I see. When did this happen? Was this what you were talking about with the rock?
Yes, the rock.
The dream. So you communicated with him with this rock and convinced him you're on his side.
Simple magical trickery.
And then what? So you let's assume he believes you. What does that get you? Do you do what you did with the what the fuck was his name?
The king.
Yeah.
False king.
Do you do what you do with the king, where you get in close and kill him?
I do what I would do at every great performance, Carlos. I would improvise. I do
It would have
not
to be-
know what's on the other side of that barrier.
Fair enough. But you would have to be quite the improvisation to defeat that vampire.
We've spent all this time together, Carlos, and you still don't believe in me.
It's not that I don't believe in
Improvise,
you, Vin.
adapt, overcome.
I'm just concerned. This is something we've never. Well, we did face this threat once before, and we almost died many times. And we didn't even really come out the victor. We just escaped. Sure, every other time with other things we came out the victor. And you've been quite impressive with how you've improvised in the past, but this is the stakes on this are high. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Is it wrong for me to be concerned about you?
Vin stretches his hands out to either side as he's laying down on the chaise lounge and says, Carlos, I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you, I'm entertaining any idea we have for an alternate plan. Put your mind at rest, Carlos. I'm here to stay. I'm not trying to deceive you any longer, Mr. Carlos.
What if you improvise something and you get into a situation where perhaps you have him alone or whatever happens? It would probably be beneficial for us to be nearby, right? Just in case you need our help.
Yes, you're right. But I highly doubt that they would let down the barrier for so many when I hadn't made any mention of you out of me worrying about your protection.
Oh, what if you do your plan, right? And you go across the bridge and you convince them to let through, and meanwhile we're here, let's say. And then you send a message if you need us, and then Gotrek will magic us in to wherever you are, and then we're there to help you.
Okay.
Seems the best compromise I can come up with. Does anyone else have any ideas? Carlos would look at Isaac and Nephis.
What compromise are you making exactly?
That we would.
Nephis as a character does not know any plan. Devon as a player, I kind of gotta go. 20 minutes after, I didn't expect us to start doing planning for the next shit. So
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just call it here and actually make a plan at the start of next
We're all
session.
gonna
yeah, I
forget
feel
it
like we
for
could do
next
that in
time
IC.
anyway.
True.
Yeah, if you guys want to carry it on in IC or do something like that or chat without it, I don't really care if you met her or not, but I just
Yes.
I feel like we could probably do it even better in IC since it gives us time to articulate ourselves.
That's very true. It's a really good idea. So we'll leave it. We'll start the IC in the tent. And
Okay.
Emma3 will be off to the side, so if you need to reference anything, she'll tell you in whatever detail.
Okay.
Okay.
How splendid.
Well, thank you guys for showing up. I'm very excited to see what happens next week.
Thank you for the session, Chris.
Yep.
I was gonna say op.
Thanks for the op.
Thank you for the D&D op.
Air Force did good this week.
Hell yeah.
Maybe. Oh.